Hey folks, we're back with more Star Wars. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Ooh.
Hello.
I have a
I
cat.
normally would
We're
do
all
some...
here from the start. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I know. Normally I do more of a sort of intro-y thing, but yeah, my back's really hurting, so I'm sort of a little distracted.
We're flying on the wings of pain meds.
Fortunately, it's nothing like prescription,
Yeah. No opioids. Although I gotta say, having similar problems today, I was kind of wishing for some.
At any rate, last time, Nick, why don't you? So you did a brilliant job on the recap before we started recording. Why don't you do it again while I pour myself something to drink?
Right, so last time we were tracking down the Black Saber pirates who had stolen something that was being shipped to Troffak by another group of pirates. We were going to repirate their pirated piracy. And so also we've been sent to not only get the shipment back, but to send a message, quote unquote. And so we tracked them down to the first planet they're hiding out on. They weren't there because they had been attacked by giant spiders and had decided, fuck all this noise. And so we got attacked by a few giant spiders, and we decided, fuck all this noise, and decided to go somewhere else to look for them. We end up in Bespin, which is
took a 34 and was just like, nope, fuck that. I'm out.
Okay.
no one else even breathed the words. Maybe we should look for them a little bit longer. Just like, no, we have to go. And so we went to Bespin, which is the Cloud City from Empire Strikes Back. I flat out said why we were there, basically. And so we were escorted under heavy guards to speak with Lando Calrissian. After explaining the situation, mostly as it was, I didn't mention such things as, we were working for Troffak the Hutt, but I basically explained the situation and told him we could get rid of the pirate crew that was causing bad stuff to happen on Bespin, or looked like they were about to, I should say. And so that's where we stand. We have been given approval by the mayor, basically, to get the criminal group out from his
To help
city.
raise the property value.
But yes, you have ridden into town, and there are bandits, and the mayor of the town has said, "Yes, sure, I'll deputize you lot to get the bandits out of town."
Hooray!
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Strictly
The
speaking,
mayor
that
in this
wasn't a
piece will be
western.
played by Billy D. Williams.
Well, casting Billy D. Williams will increase the coolness factor of something by about 25%, no matter what you do, what it is. So.
Well, it worked for Empire.
I'm just imagining the mayor. I'm just imagining the mayor from Powerpuff Girls, played by Billy D. Williams. Powerpuff Girls.
It would be a very different show.
You didn't change any of the dialogue. Just having Billy D. Williams be the voice and a cartoon version of him would be amazing.
I don't know. I think the
Powerpuff Girls.
a lot less exasperated working with him.
Call the haberdasher. Oh, and the Powerpuff Girls.
Help me get open this jar of pickles.
It would be a very different show. But it might actually be 25% cooler. And that's saying something with the Powerpuff Girls. The original Powerpuff Girls show.
The original Powerpuff Girls.
The actual Powerpuff Girls show.
Let's not talk about the many creepy things that have come out of that new one. Yeah.
You know what? I haven't actually seen the new one. I've just heard terrible things.
Here's what you do about the new one. Don't.
Teen Titans Go. Okay. Teen Titans Go.
Oh, Jesus fucking
No,
fuck you.
it's not the
No,
same
no,
as
no.
Teen Titans. It's
Yeah,
not the
it's
same
not
as
at all
Teen
the
Titans
same
Go.
as Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go is a bunch of stupid jokes, sure, but if you don't like the sense of humor, you just don't watch it. You don't hear stories about, Powerpuff Girls twerking, or...
Yeah.
Or,
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, like...
Nothing to see here.
With the Teen Titans, whatever they do, they're teenagers,
Right.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Star
So
Wars.
you were on Cloud City, and Lando has basically said, "Yes, I'm more than willing to let you people risk your lives to get these bandits off my station." Pirates.
Don't break anything.
Yeah.
Well, don't break anything important.
Awesome.
Yeah, his particular rule was, here's a secure comm channel. If you think things are about to get out of hand and cause damage, hit this so we'd know.
Yep.
That was basically it. That's like the one instruction we've been given beyond just please don't break anything or hurt anyone.
Do your damnedest to make sure nothing actually bad happens to the station if you can. Or my people.
Okay.
But if shit looks like it's about to get serious, like go really, really bad, yeah, let me know so that I can, do something.
Mobilize.
All right, so I believe you had information last time about like the important crew members with the Black Sabers.
Yes, I have some. Where do I have it? Okay, I've got names. I know I have names somewhere.
That's a start.
Yes, there we go. So, the leader of the Black Saber Pirates is Captain Abira Radalan. You've heard me talk a fair bit about her. So
Yeah.
Right.
she's got two sort of lieutenants, effectively two lieutenants who are sort of her, the two people she trusts most, and who are sort of lieutenants and enforcers and etc. Arden Zen and Miri Bennett. They're both sort of, they are both her sort of, closest confidants, right hand, sort of her right and left hands.
They're her number twos.
Yeah, basically. And, also, her two heavies, basically.
Right.
They're a Dodorian Zarbon.
Kinda. Although it's hard for me to say exactly that because the only way I'm really familiar with them is from the abridged series. So.
That's all you need to know.
Probably.
They have a lot less personality in the normal show. So.
Which
Not
show
so
is
much. Dragon Ball Z.
Well, Zarb.
One of them
right.
One of them
So-
is a vain, callous, shallow bully, and the other is just Zarbon.
Oh, those guys. Okay.
Yeah, you can't really describe Zarbon, honestly. It's kind of weird.
He's the one that wears the thigh-high stockings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
He's the one whose superpower is get ugly.
Right.
All right.
At any rate, yeah. You don't know much about them beyond the fact that they are, again, they're her
They're
You
gotcha.
have names and occupations.
yes. And they're both sort of considered, they are the captain's heavies, also, on top of everything else.
Yeah.
All right.
The crew don't fuck with these people. Or at least, they don't twice.
Well, I guess that we are essentially wandering the promenade, then.
So you're heading into the general direction of where they're hanging out, supposedly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that we were going to get medical attention first.
Yes, you
Yeah,
had
we
done
got
that.
a couple people that need to get stuck into giant tubes.
Nobody was actually put into death check territory, so I just need medical attention. You don't need a back to tank.
I don't
Okay.
need another dunking.
That is sort of my cutoff point for needing a back to tank. Did you have to make death checks?
Okay.
But did you die, though?
I mean, considering that, I think it's the one time you see a back to tank in the movies is when Luke gets dunked in it after he nearly dies of hypothermia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jox was still on his feet at the end of that encounter, so.
Yeah.
Yes. At any rate, so so you guys, Jox and whoever else was injured had time to, get patched up. Jox probably has an interesting collection of bandages under his shirt. And probably a new shirt that actually is functional as a shirt. And not just a collection of ribbons.
Somehow it's already stained with oil. Okay.
Well, I imagine all your shirts are stained with oil, Gav.
You want the black, not the red. Of course, that's me making an assumption. I have no idea what the hell Basilisk blood color is.
Who knows?
That is a good question.
I am not sure. I've never actually. I mean, there is a fight with one on Rebels, not Rebels, on Clone Wars.
Clone Wars?
But I haven't
Yeah,
seen
but it's
that.
all blasters and lightsabers, so everything
Yeah.
gets cauterized.
See, the clever plan would be for jocks to just wear black shirts. That way,
Yeah, just
Right.
in case.
that way you don't notice the oil stains.
Black shirts, brown pants. Deal.
I was
This guy's
going to
right.
make that
He
very
was, no.
joke, but I decided I didn't want to be mean, and then you go and do it anyway.
So yes, your shirts probably aren't noticeably oil stained, though they are oil stained. Now the curry stains, on the other hand.
Well, that's just it's a sign I enjoy
That's
my
just a way
meals.
of life.
Yeah.
At any rate, so yes, you all start heading towards. So after getting patched up, you head out towards the part of the station where you've been told the Black Sabers are hanging out. Although,
I actually have something I want to look into.
Okay,
and
sure.
It doesn't matter. I don't need to go off to do this alone or anything. But since we're basically being given enough leeway to deal with this matter, Twins wants to find out where their ship is. Which dock is their ship on?
Yes, their
Well,
ship.
there's only so many.
Yes, their ships are currently they are occupying docks 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yep.
All right. And now the more important question: are they both guarded, or are they left alone?
If you had a pirate crew, what would you do?
I'd leave a guard, but
It looks like they've left some people watching the ships. Yes, if you go there and investigate. Although, technically speaking, if you want to go and investigate, you'll need to tell me how you're doing it.
I imagine that Twins just asked her way over to the docks and just asked where they were and just kind of looked from there. It was like there's a window or something like that. Not getting too close or anything.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, just give me some sort of skill rolls. Is sort of what I'm getting at.
All right.
It's not a hard check, but
Intrusion.
sure, why not? That way you're not spotted that way. That's great. There we go. Well,
I think
all right
I
then.
pressed open roll on accident. So
Yes, you
that
did.
is in fact actually just a boxcar 12.
Yeah, you were able to get there and not be observed at all.
Hooray! What's my
And forgetting-
boxcar bonus?
And you find a shiny penny.
Woo! I'm not poor anymore.
It's like while sneaking, you get stung by a scorpion, but you don't actually get poisoned. It's like, wait a minute. It seems like a terrible
Sounds
rule.
like an unpleasant experience, though.
that sounds like a Pathfinder skill success.
Yeah, that's drawing two different offsetting things from the deck of many things.
It's dysentery, but it's not that bad.
You lose two intelligence, but then you get it back.
Well, good.
At any rate, yes, they apparently you were able to get close enough that you're actually able to get an actual idea of exactly how many guards they've got posted at their ships, which is they leave 3 guards at each ship, and they do seem to be on an actual rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And the one time you happen to notice one guard slacking off, the other 2 notice him slacking off, and one of them smacks him upside the head and says, "Dude, you know what happened to the last? You know what Arden Zen did to the last guy who he caught slacking off on guard duty, right?" And the guy he sort of smacks, who was slacking off, shudders and sort of starts paying actual attention again.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes, "Ugh."
All right, so the ships are guarded and actually well guarded. All right, this is good to know. So 6 of their crew are not with them at whatever party zone they're at.
Oh yeah, on that word, I'm going to say the other part of your bonus that you're getting is that as you're sneaking around, you can hear the party from one of the bars.
Oh, that's
From
convenient.
the bar, sorry, from the bar in the area.
Woohoo! I found the enemy team.
Yes, they are hanging out at I don't know, the local bar that is, for the
Cloud9 Cantina.
basically sure, why not? The Cloud9 Cantina, I like that. It is the cantina that normally the workers of Cloud City frequent. Not so many of them there right now.
Only the ones who really, really need a damn drink. All right.
So that is what you're able to discover.
So considering that they took losses beforehand, they probably only have like 6 in there for the most part, right?
Well, that's what I'm going to go find out.
Yes, that's what we're going to go find
How
out.
long have they been in Cloud City? Like it not long enough to establish a pattern, have they?
No more than
they
like
left
a
the
day
other-
or two.
Yeah, they left the other planet like 3 days prior, and it only took us like a day to get here or something like that.
Yeah, so not long enough to really establish a pattern.
No, but it sounds like, based on what Peter just said there, the whole one guy slacking off, got reminded that someone else slacked off and paid for it. They've been here long enough to get comfortable,
That's
or
fair.
at least the grunts have anyway.
Either that, or it's sort of long-standing scuttlebutt. It's like when we're docked somewhere, there are people on guard, and they fucking pay attention.
Right.
Maybe.
Otherwise, the bosses, or otherwise Arden will come down on you like a pallet full of bricks, filled with explosives, on fire.
And profanity.
At any rate, you know what cantina they're at, yes,
Alrighty then.
or at least it sounds like they're there. I mean. And if you poke your head in briefly, and when no one's really looking, and there are a bunch of people in there who look like they're pirates.
They're not wearing the local culture.
No. They are loud, they're rowdy, and they're drinking a lot.
And their fashion sense is terrible.
For some of them, sure. I mean, for most. As far as you're concerned, yes.
Twins doesn't have fashion sense. Twins is a friggin' street rat. She's just happy to have pants.
I'm a teenager who is high-minded. My fashion sense is all impeccable in my head.
She like strikes quote unquote badass poses in the mirror.
Yes. She totally does that.
At any rate, so that is the situation. What are you doing?
Alright. Taking care of something here real quick.
I do wish I knew which ship had the cargo on it.
That's exactly what I'm going to go find out.
but- Alright.
Of the ships there,
Sure.
which is the largest or most heavily armed?
So you're going into the area where the docks are, Eric?
Sure.
All right, what's your approach?
I'm actually going to ask the dock workers about the guys in the slip. I'm
Okay.
gonna use some
That is-
detective here.
That is a valid approach. I like it. Okay. I like it.
So that's a 14 that I need to be rolling, and this is the appropriate window I'm supposed to have open.
All right, then. 17. All right, so yeah, you get to talking with one of the with some of the dock workers. You basically start walking through. You talk to some dock workers who tell you, they don't know anything about the things, but they know people who might know. They know something who might know, and you get a little montage of Vorkos talking to people in chains, and eventually getting to the guy who tells you what you need to know.
The tediousness of detective work. Gotcha.
Exactly.
As he goes along, he gradually gets a trench coat, then a fedora.
Starts smoking. By
Turns
the time I
black
get to
and
the last
white.
guy, there's a voiceover of Vorkos with a Brooklyn accent.
He's turned black and white. Just him, not the scene.
So, at any rate, the two ships that are in dock, because there are only two ships in dock at the moment,
Okay.
are both they're both heavily modified freighters, basically.
Surprise.
I know you're shocked.
I've just been actually looking just in case you need anything because ships are my thing. Damn it, where have you gone? There you are. There's a fairly common one.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, look, it's a freighter.
Yep.
Yeah, it might be one of those. Yeah, sure. We could say one of them is a YV 929. But yeah, both of them are. They're both sort of significantly. Both of them are the two ships that you see here are that you're here. They're different models. They're both sort of light freighters that have been heavily modified. They very clearly have been upgunned significantly, and looks like they've actually actively traded cargo space for engines.
Sounds about right.
Again, they're pirates, so this makes total sense.
Right.
Let's see. We're going to trade cargo space for guns, shields, and engines.
Yeah, that's a fairly smart thing to do as long as you leave some cargo space.
We've got
We
some
pirate
cargo
for the
space.
fun, not the profit.
Did anyone else hear someone trying to shout at us all the way from the docks? Like, what the hell?
It's a sixth sense.
Do they?
Somebody's talking about a ship. I can just talk shit about this one.
Do they cycle the ships, or is it just the two?
These two are the only ships that have been in dock.
Okay.
Yeah, the dock workers have heard that there is another ship this pirate crew. Let's be honest.
Right.
They do have a third. They apparently do have two other ships. They've only heard tell of they only know the specifics on a third one, which is supposedly not coming into dock. It's sort of hanging out, out in the sort of fringes of the system, which is supposedly a gunboat of some sort.
Do you notice any kind of schedule for how they move on and off the ships and whatnot?
They've been here a couple of days. They seem to rotate guards every 3 hours, basically. And
You don't know when they're going to have the next rotation, are they?
Do they check in via radio every so often?
Yes.
Okay.
And the next rotation should be within an hour.
Okay.
And it's within the hour. While they do keep a fairly regular schedule, they are not on the nose punctual. At least
They're still pirates. Right.
Yes.
And really bad eggs.
Then none of them have been on the ship to help unload cargo or anything, have they?
Nobody's
Or
offloaded
do any
anything.
maintenance? Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
There were people. It looks like there's an engineering crew that has been staying around the ship and doing minor maintenance, but
their own people, not the
their own people. Yes,
from Bespin.
They have not let
Okay.
anybody from Bespin anywhere near their ships.
Okay. didn't think it was likely, but that was a possible avenue.
Yes, and the other important note is that the Administrator Calrissian agreed to the we won't send anybody on your ships on the express in exchange for the fact that they were not allowed to bring anything off their ships other than their crew could get off and they could carry
Personal effects.
personal effects. It's like I know you're going to carry guns, just don't carry anything excessive. If we catch
Personal
you,
effects that go pew pew.
if you carry anything excessive, we're going to get serious. And while you're docked, I do have the advantage.
I'm carrying something excessive.
You're not one of them. You didn't.
That's true. I'm also a legally bonded bounty hunter, so and a member of the guild in good standing, as far as they know. As far as I know.
Last you checked, you were still in good standing.
I mean, there's a bounty out for you, but
Well, yeah, that just happens.
that's normal.
It's normal. Bounty hunters often hunt bounty hunters.
So that's what you found out, Eric.
Okay.
Oh, also, one of the other thing that they have noted that there was some dude who came by and proceeded to. Did notice that one guard was sort of dozed off on duty, and his buddies didn't. His people on duty with him didn't really pay him much mind. Eventually, some dude, some human, big human dude with long hair, smoking something or other, came wandering up, noticed that, and proceeded to chew the guy out, sort of wake him up, chew out the two people with him, and then grab the guy in question by basically by his shirt and drug him off somewhere. They haven't seen him since.
Okay.
That guy should have been back on duty yesterday. He was replaced by somebody else. At least his two friends who were there with him were back on duty, and there was a third dude there that wasn't with them the other time. Otherwise, every shift has. They've seen, because they've been here a couple of days. They've the shifts, the guard shifts have had each shift has had the same three people for each time they show up.
Okay. That's useful information.
Yep. They seem to operate in teams.
Yep. That tells us a lot about how they operate, actually. Also means that robot noises will happen occasionally.
Yep.
Well, there are droids around.
This is true.
Even in your pocket.
Okay, so we know that there are two other ships.
I'm
We
not
know one
responding because
is
you
on
didn't.
patrol in... I'm sorry?
I wasn't responding because you didn't say "you people," so I was waiting for.
All right, so we know there are at least there are two other ships. One is on patrol on the system fringes. We have a rough schedule for how they handle the guards, and we know they operate in teams and don't really intermix the teams too much unless someone gets dead.
Unless something happens.
Yeah.
He might not be dead.
Are you kidding? You absolutely threw that guy off the fucking station.
No.
Into the planet core. Screw you. Gone.
No. He's been sent off to the farm where he can be happy with the other animals.
Lots of room to run around and play.
So yeah, you have more information.
Yes.
Hooray!
Well,
Another question. Do the guard changes all happen at once, or are they staggered?
They're staggered.
They're staggered. Okay.
Okay, so I guess that from here we should take the direct approach. So I'm gonna, with anyone who wants to come, go to the bar.
The Cloud 9 Cantina.
Okay. I was just thinking that
I'm just kidding.
there is option A or B. We can either go and take them at the bar or just take their ship.
Yeah, I was thinking we go on the ship, look for the thing, and then blow up the ship, whether or not we get the thing. That will certainly send a message.
At the moment, we have the element of surprise.
Right.
If we go and say, "Hi, we're here to fuck you up," it's
I wasn't gonna do that. I'm trying to win their trust so we can fuck them up later.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, right. I forgot about the whole join up team thing.
Now, if you guys want to explore the option of never having to do that, I guess we could. But
No, sorry.
I'm sorry. I completely forgot that was the plan.
I get the
I-
distinct impression, though, that what we're looking for is not on these docked ships. Is the thing.
Yeah, it's probably in probably in the unaccounted for ship. All right, I'll go with you to the bar.
I mean, like I said, if you guys want to peek around on the ship and see if we can find it before even going to talk to them, we could.
Without going over the top and exploding them, I could make sure that they don't fly away, so they have to bring the third ship in if they want to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm. I mean, all we would be basically doing is just sort of casing out the ship quickly just to make sure that to find what we're looking for, or is it just a matter of just securing?
I'm gonna say just as a backup plan.
All right. I mean, if there's no real risk of getting caught otherwise, I mean, IO could make an attempt to case around, or heck, you just use intrusion and try to move about without getting caught if it's possible, but I'm not sure how feasible that is right now.
Do we get the impression that there's anybody else on the ship? Do we know?
From what Vorkos heard, they've left their engineers behind to do maintenance.
Interesting.
And apparently that dude Ardenzen occasionally swings by the ships to check up, but that's about it.
Yeah, it'd be and the problem. And the only thing I can think of is I can't think of an excuse for a protocol droid going on there unless it was somehow related to a station or what have you. It's just checking on stuff, or otherwise that'd just be a bit too suspicious.
I've got a plan that I could get us both on there.
All right.
But I don't want to just go ahead without consensus.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm willing to help out.
And also might throw a monkey wrench in if you guys poke around on the ship, and then we end up having to join with the crew, and they're like, "Hey, wait a minute, those guys were poking around on our ship." So,
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could separate ourselves and not be part of the group that joins, because somebody's got to keep the
Good. My connection's back.
Yay!
Hello.
I don't know what.
bye.
Later word.
I was using internet with it, except for map tools, apparently. So, what have I missed in the last 5 minutes?
Just discussing potential plans.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I would probably say, honestly, if you want to risk it, myself and IO can go and check out the ships. Believe it or not, I'm actually fairly competent in intrusion myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can give the strong front with yourself, the hacker and the heavy.
Right.
Go at that, and we do
Well,
two-prong.
Well, it's like I'll just put on a pair of overalls and just look very inconspicuous that way.
I'm pretty sure I can pass myself off as a dock worker with the wrong information, and my protocol droid that carries the information that's wrong.
Yes, yes. I'll work on my condescending. I told you were reading the instructions wrong. They're supposed to be this way.
You know what'd be even funnier thinking about it? No. Clearly, you, sir, are in the wrong. This is the ship we are intended to maintain. It is in slip blah blah blah. You, sir, are mistaken. We do not make mistakes. We are droids.
It's up to you guys. Like I say, it just saves like all 5 of us heading in one direction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is up to you guys, so I'm gonna.
Yeah.
We don't all have to head. We don't all have to head in one direction.
If you don't want to go ahead with the ship casing, then we won't bother.
Well, Tell you what. We will keep in contact with you, and on the chance that it looks like they're not taking the bait and we have to more strong-arm things, then you guys can try and go forward with that plan. Like, we'll basically notify you if things don't look like they're going to actually let us join up.
But then
We'll
we'll
have the
sneak
backup
up.
plan. We'll have the backup plan ready to go and do it while we are now serving instead as a distraction.
Okay.
All right. Can I get all of that recapped real quick?
You, Vorkas, and me are going to go to the bar and basically just try and join up with the Black Saber pirates so that when they head off, we'll just be close to them and we'll be able to launch our get the stuff back and blow stuff up scheme. But Gav is going to have Jocks go with Io, and they're going to essentially, if things aren't going to work, we'll notify them, and instead they'll bullshit their way aboard one of the ships so that he can fuck it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we think they've got 2 ships landed, and they've got a third, out.
Yeah, out and hiding behind a rock in space or something.
Yeah. So basically, the idea is that if we somehow, find that their ships are broken somehow, then if the prize is on the 3rd ship, then they'll have to bring it here.
So who's holding the prize detector and all of this? Jeff still?
No, I think that should go with Jocks and Io, because if
All right.
if our plan succeeds, we're presumably not going to get on board the ship immediately. But if Jocks does, then they'll get to look around.
All right, that's fair. Also, Josh can just set up one of his bombs in a bad place, so we can just blow him up from a distance. That I think could just.
Well, just to give us an excuse for something to do then while you're doing that, if with Io's permission, just to make things a little easier, I'm going to see if I can wire this device into his sensors.
Yeah.
Just make him a walking scanner rather than having to conspicuously hold out this thing that goes bing. It goes bing when there's stuff.
I mean, it's basically an RFID reader, but yeah.
Yeah.
Bing.
But sure, it can go ping. Machines that go ping are amusing.
Yes.
And now IO goes ping.
IO can go ping if IO wants to. I mean, again, it depends whether Skitch is up for that or not.
Yeah, that's what I said. If he's up for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, my connection is still being weird. Let me futz around with my router real quick. Also, there's the map tool disconnection that I was expecting 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to futz with my router real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
I will say that I do have a concern, but I'll bring that up when I come back. It shouldn't take too long.
Okay. Well, then we will... Okay, Gab, why don't you give me your fix-it roll to install the...
It's all the dirty bomb on IO9. It's like, wait a minute.
Not a dirty bomb.
That would be different.
It's not a dirty bomb. I have to mix the
Yeah.
fuel in it first.
Yes, you could implant explosives in Io's like arms and such that he could have them be detachable bombs.
Yeah, could do. Not gonna.
Oh, and then can we put blasters in the sockets?
I was referencing back to an old. Fortunately, my arms are bombs.
Yes.
One day, Io powers himself up and realizes he's now got an alt mode.
I've forgotten what anime that's from. It's old though. For a long time, I thought it was Yamato, but or specifically Star Blazers.
Fortunately, my arms are bombs.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I can't find it. Oh well. It's something from the it's from an anime from the 70s somewhere in there, but at any rate, yeah. Okay, so you have connectified the scanner device into Io's probably arm.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try connecting it again.
Push the button.
It's
All
less
right, button
conspicuous if he goes ping and he can just passive scan, so...
I mean, if you know,
All right.
if Skitch wants to make pinging noises when he scans with it, that's up to, that is up to IO9.
Okay.
Yep.
But it does not necessarily have to ping. I might make a pinging noise if he actually scans something correctly, but you...
But no, out of curiosity, what skill would I use to scan with it? Out of curiosity, if there's any.
Honestly, for this it wouldn't really be
Probably be intrusion.
Well, no.
trying to
In
do
terms
it
of actually just
Perception.
yeah,
The
basically,
scanning is being done by the device itself, and basically it's being decided to some extent by Jacques' success, I would assume.
well, it's it's a case of you just have to find if you run the scanner over the correct thing, like near to something that has it in, it'll register appropriately. You don't have to make a skill roll for that. But if you are trying to do it inconspicuously, you might need to make a roll, or if you're trying to.
It's like I said, it's just less conspicuous for it to be part of the droid than me like tricordering everything.
Anyhow, so the concern that I have with this plan is that this is a plan not being made 3 sessions ago. I don't know how well we're going to be able to have Vorkos and Twins on the same team that has to put up a lie and a convincing one at that while they're in the state that they are with one another.
Vorkos is professional. If you're going to fuck this up, then if this gets fucked up, it's going to be Twins' fault.
That's
Clearly.
what I always say. All right.
All right. Well, so Jith, Vorkos, and Twins walk into the Cloud9 cantina. The usual cantina music has been replaced by something loud and discordant.
Thrash metal remix of Cantina theme.
I was gonna start singing Nickelback, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Hey, I know this song. It's a terrible cover.
No, you see, it's a Nightcore cover of the Cantina song.
Ah!
It's not high pitch enough.
Well, yeah, but I can't do that. Because my voice sounds like it comes from like a deep pit.
All right, so yeah, there is a bunch
Let's
of
do something from a guy who's usually listenable.
Yeah, there's the canteen. You don't really see much in the way of normal people who look like they are normal. That are Cloud9 Cantina regulars, shall we say? Mostly due to the fact that you can tell that most people here aren't regulars and are probably part of the pirate crew due to the reactions of the staff, who are sort of doing that sort of
On edge.
doing that. Yes, we are being pleasant and helpful, and are putting up with all this bullshit because these are pirates, and they could do. They very well might do something untoward towards us if we are not careful and polite and serve them. And dear God, please let them leave sometime soon. Also, the bartender looks fucking exhausted. Actually, most of the staff looks.
We should each order some kind of complicated mixed drink.
In fact, most of the staff look like they are running on short sleep.
Well, when business is good, business is good.
Yeah, except they don't tip. They're pirates.
Mm.
Of course we tip. We're pirates, not animals.
No, it's just the English that don't tip.
There's a guy.
Is this a right to work planet here or something?
You'd have to ask Lando that.
There's a group that are wearing black suits and ties, and they're discussing whether or not to tip.
The Ugnaughts demand a living wage.
They've just gotten done shouting down a guy with a weird chin, talking about how a song is about a guy with a big dick.
Oh, right. How much dick is that? Dick, 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 dick.
These are my only lines of this movie. I wanted to give this weird theory about this song.
At any rate, so yeah. Other than the people who are obviously staff, there are probably about. Let me see. I'm sort of going through mentally about how many people are in here right now. You're able to sort of. Yeah, you guys are able to fairly quickly count out that there's about somewhere. Right now there are. Actually, let me take a look at my notes here. Fortunately, I have them right by me. Yep. How many of them are there? Those, and then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there appear to be about 15 people here who are not very clearly not staff, and are very, very clearly here partying with each other and hanging out. You notice that about 12, basically 12 of them seem to be, honestly, they look like sort of, your average goon crew types. And they're a mixture of species. There's some humans, there's some Rhodians, there are a couple of Gomorians. Probably, a weak way or two, basically, pick your random sort of your archetypical Star Wars sort of, mix of species that, aren't the sort of, that are the generally sort of, the scum of that are the ones that you tend to find in the scummier jobs in Star Wars. Which is, humans, basically almost every species, let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thinking about it, it's like, yeah.
There's even the odd, dodgy Mon Cal, so yeah.
Yeah, you don't see many, there aren't any Mon Cal, there aren't any Chiss, there aren't any, Quarians, but, and there aren't any Ugnaughts, or, because an Ugnaught pirate would be kind of hilarious, honestly.
I hear Ugnaught, and I just think of like a astronaut wearing terrible boots,
At any rate, the important thing that you notice, in addition to all of that, they're sort of wandering around, drinking and partying and yelling and irritating, being irritating towards the bar staff.
They're reveling to the detriment of others.
Well, yes, they're pirates. The other thing you notice is that the remaining three, one of them is one of them is sitting in the back corner of the bar. She's sitting there, drink in one hand, arm draped over a very uncomfortable looking waitress, who is smiling very nervously at her. Sort of hanging out near her is a tall man with long black hair, dark pants, leather vest, no shirt, smoking a cigar type thing. Sitting at a table sort of about 5 feet in front of them is a woman wearing sort of patchwork heavy armor, who is sort of watching the bar and everything while assembling and disassembling, basically doing assembling and disassembling type maintenance on a blaster rifle that she's got on the table. Sort of a blaster carbine, I should say, on the table in front of her. She's doing the whole take it apart, clean stuff, put it back together thing, while not actually looking at it. She's very clearly watching the room, and she actually has noticed you three. And she sort of cocks her head to the side slightly. Pauses the assembly.
Her.
And then goes back to it. And she actually, you all hear her sort of clear her throat and sort of nod at one of the crew who sort of has crossed her line of sight, and she nods at him and then nods at you guys, sort of gestures with her head towards you guys. And the guy in question,
Jith is going to mutter to Vorkas. Let's get their attention.
I'll intercept the guy she sent over.
All right, he's a fairly tall and broadly built Weequay. He walks up and says, "Oi, who are you? What you want? It's our bar tonight."
We're to discuss business. I push past him and start walking towards the group, towards the captain.
That's the way to treat your elders.
I don't like you.
Yeah,
I don't care.
He doesn't like you either.
I like that. I don't like you. I don't care. Oh, all right then. That's not how this conversation's supposed to go.
Can you come back? I only get like one line.
Star Wars. If Luke didn't give a fuck.
No, Luke.
If Luke's last name remains Starkiller.
It's like, no, Luke. I am your father. So what?
That's nice.
Fuck you, Dad.
So what? Fuck you, Dad.
And what? You fucking left me on fucking Tatooine? Fucking Owen? Are you Uncle Owen? Are you fucking serious? You've been living the lap of luxury in the Empire, and you left me on Tatooine?
I don't think you understand, Luke. I don't like sand. It's hard, rough, and coarse, and it gets everywhere.
You left me there for like 18 years. I know
Well, you know,
everything.
Dad, maybe if you took off that leather daddy bodysuit, you wouldn't have that problem.
All right.
At any rate, as you approach the woman at the table who's been fiddling with the gun, as you get about I don't know, say 7 feet in front of that table, she finishes reassembling the carbine and levels it at you, and smiles and says,
Of course.
"Can I help you?
Yes.
Can I help you?"
I look down at the carbine. You're not the captain.
No, and you're not going to talk to her right now.
My captain's talking to your captain. That's how this works now.
That's nice. Who's your captain? I'll talk to him first.
You're making certain assumptions here.
It's actually kind of surprising, considering.
Right? Like, Twins is going to look actively, like, kind of like, what? Did I hear that right?
Nobody talks to the captain unless they talk to me first.
It's a brave little theory.
It's not a theory, it's how things work here.
Well, we are talking to you right now, so can we
Yeah,
just get on
so-
to the next part?
What do you want with the captain?
Jith is going to look up past her at Rattlean and say, "We heard you need some extra hands."
Rattleland sort of, lowers. She's also smoking a cigarette equivalent. She sort of lowers it from her lips. Sort of looks at you three. Snorts and says, "It's all right, Mary. Let them by. You can shoot them if you can shoot them after if they start giving us trouble." Fine, go talk to her. Can't shoot people when I want to shoot them. It's supposed to be a quiet day. We're not supposed to talk to anybody today. But no, you have to talk to her.
Once Jith gets past, goes, "Excuse my captain talked to your captain before she talked to you." And I keep going.
I think Volkos might have just met his soulmate.
Yeah, keep yapping, handbag.
Ooh.
Watch it,
Maybe
Marty.
not.
For clarification, is the one who is smoking, is she also the one who's
Incredibly
forcing
cool.
the company of the waitress?
Yeah, that is the captain. Yeah, she as you approach, she sort of lifts her arm off the waitress and says, "You can go, babe. I got business." Yeah, sure. And the
Not
waitress,
talk. Wait.
the waitress sort of stops and sort of says, "Should I get anything to drink?" And the Radlin looks up at her and says, "Oh yeah, another one of these, and whatever they want, whatever those three want, just put it on my tab."
Twins is going to make a point of just watching the waitress, not for any particular reason, just to make it clear that she's watching the waitress.
Mm-hmm. So the waitress sort of walks up to you. Walks up to you three and says, "Can I get you anything to drink?"
I'll have his score slaughterhouse.
Of course. And you, miss?
I'm assuming that's the Jith.
To either of you.
Twins always goes last on this thing.
Oh, well. Ferment.
Right. And you?
A root beer float.
Okay. You hear a snort from the table that sort of goes into a bit of a chuckle afterwards.
This is why I go last. Comedic timing.
Have a seat, have a seat. So you three are looking to join my crew, huh?
Not exactly. But
Not
I
exactly.
do think that we could have a good working relationship on a temporary basis.
Huh.
And if you want us to go through all the regular stuff for how you vet people who join your crew, that works fine with me.
So you don't want to join the crew. You want to. work out a business arrangement of some. A business arrangement, Arden. What do you think? Well, she looks like she's a starship captain of some sorts, worth listening to. Worst case, we shoot him in the head and toss him out the airlock. Best case, we work out a good deal. We work out a deal. So what's this arrangement you're looking for? And exactly why are you looking to make such an arrangement with, us? Also, hello, Cat.
Yep. Freya says hello. Don't you, Freya?
Word's been going around about your crew, Rattleland. About how you've messed with some people that are really upset about it. I've been doing the same thing recently. And when you got a lot of enemies in the galaxy, then you need some pretty good friends.
Aha. All right. I'll bite who you done pissed off.
Well, Imperial Inquisitor.
Really? Well.
We worked really hard on that.
Wait, you intentionally pissed off an Imperial Inquisitor?
Yep.
And
It's been going fairly well. It's been going fairly well for us, but recently a few people that we've been able to count on to help us out when we were in a jam have been tucking their heads into their little gopher holes and haven't been so open and welcoming anymore.
Aha. So
It's my understanding that you have been doing something roughly equivalent, just on the opposite side of the law.
I don't know where you heard that, but you're fairly accurate. So what exactly is it you bring to the table that I would be most interested in taking advantage of? Miss, I've pissed off an Inquisitor and I'm looking for help.
Oh, you've got yourself the best pilot in the galaxy.
Really?
Yep.
That's a bold
Plus I
claim.
got Vorkos here. Experienced bounty hunter. On my ship, we've got a good, strong engineer, computers expert. Small crew, but fast ship.
Fast ship, you say?
Should fit right in with your flight. Yep.
What type of ship?
Oh, fuck. It's YT-9... Shit.
YT 1730, I think.
Exactly how Josh would describe it. YT9 shit.
I believe it's a 1730.
Alright, gotcha.
1760.
It's heavily modified YT-1730. Fastest you'll ever see.
Interesting.
And an engine that purrs like a kitten.
Should have seen that coming. Huh.
It's totally not a death trap, I assure you.
What are you talking about? No one on the ship has died.
I know. It's like
100% survival rate.
if you wanted to be suspicious, you would
Except for
say
the
that.
last
though.
captain, but shut up.
And, like, wanted to be suspicious, you would say that. Like, and it's totally not a death trap. Wait, why would you say that? No reason.
100% survival rate, except for the last captain, but shut up.
Well, all right then. Well, we don't. Damn. Well, definitely might be able to make use if you're even half the pilot you say you are, and the ship's as fast as you say it is. And honestly, being a 1730, it probably is pretty fast. Might have some use for you, yeah. Excuse me. At this point, the waitress delivers your drinks in sort of leaves.
Twin
Ray,
make
have a
point
drink.
of making like kind of like a cute face at the waitress.
The waitress sort of scutters off at the moment.
That's the response I expect.
Yep.
She's gotten flirted with too much today.
Oh, I know. I feel bad for her, but I'm trying to roll this as best I can.
So yeah,
If Jith's drink isn't sealed, she's not drinking it. So.
it is.
Oh, okay, good. Pop that shit open.
All right.
Ice cream. Nom 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 nom.
Now, Arden Zen sort of walks up and sort of plonks down at the table next to his captain. Sort of looks at you three and sort of says, "Well, yeah, I think you're right, Captain. I don't think we got anything right now that it sounds like they can help us with, but having them on on payroll or retainer type thing would definitely be advantageous, I think." Makes sense to me. So you say that you got at least one other person on your crew that's not here, or one of you double up as the engineer?
Can you repeat that, sorry?
So you seem to imply that I see three of you here. You got anybody else in your crew? Because you mentioned engineer, and I'm guessing unless one of you doubles up as engineer, that it's not one of you three.
Oh, it used to be me. But yeah, we picked up an engineer a few months back. He's back on the ship, doing some routine maintenance.
All right. Sure. All right. So, just to make sure we know who it is we're getting into business with. Just who beyond what you've done and. Who are you, and what ship you captain? What's the name of your ship?
Well, considering that we have already told them basically what we're guilty of, I might as well just say the fucking names.
I was gonna say it's like that's one thing we didn't discuss prior. Are we going to go with this with actual names or aliases? But apparently we're just
considering that no one objected when I started doing it, no one started making snide remarks. Oh, you're just announcing yourself again, Nick.
I'm not there.
I didn't make snide remarks. Because
Wait,
now's
you
not
said
the time.
I thought we were taking the
Right
direct
back.
approach. You said the direct approach. So
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to be hanging out with pirates. I don't think that any of them are going to vet us. And if they do, there you go.
To be fair, look, our faces are all over the fucking hollow net anyway.
So you give them the names. She nods and Arden sort of picks up a data pad, starts typing on it. Looks at it. Looks up at Jith. Looks does a little bit more typing. Looks up at Vorkos. Looks back at the pad. Does a little bit more typing. Looks at Twins. Looks back at the pad. Shrugs. Looks at the ship's name. 1730. Yeah, it all checks out, Captain. Well, you're right.
Jith is trying to sit like a pirate somehow.
Your leg is crossed obscenely.
Might as well be in this bar.
Vorkos is just looming back into the right of Jith.
Twins is happily sipping her root beer from.
All right. Well, we might have something that you be of be of actual significant use if your ship meets up the specs you're talking about. But not until after we finish up the current deal we're working on. Got a cargo we got to offload that got a buyer coming in for, and once we deal with all the rigmarole behind that particular business deal, might have something we could use you for.
What you're gonna do? You're gonna do a business transaction here?
Well, that wasn't our original plan. We're planning on doing it somewhere else, but it ended up not being a viable place, and this was the nearest port. Our buyers' representatives, the representative of our buyers, basically, we gave him a couple options. This is the one he chose.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we'll just wait for you guys to finish up your deal, and then when you sit off, we'll go with you.
Something like that. Well, if you guys, unless you guys have something, unless you guys have something, big on your plate that you want to deal with first, that's fine. We'll leave some way to get in contact with each other, but or you can just hang out here and wait for us. It's up to you.
Well, I guess it depends on your time frame you're talking about. Are we talking a few days or a few months?
No more than a day or two.
Got it.
Honestly, the buyer's rep should be showing up here within the next few hours, from what I was told. But Galactic travel can be a little bit varied from time to time. So,
got it. All right then. I think that we'll just be around.
Sure. Actually, at that point, someone else walks into the bar.
Oh.
Well,
Convenient.
More than one someone.
I think I've seen this movie.
It's a group of 6 people. 5 of whom are very, very clearly bodyguards for the 6th. The 5 are sort of surrounding the 6th guy. They are all wearing basically the same outfits. Very sort of dour, almost simplistic looking sort of suit type outfits. Dark colors.
I gotta step away.
Okay. Dark color, basically dark colors. The guy in the middle suit is, again, they all look like they're wearing the same suit, although his, if you look carefully enough, looks like it's probably more expensive, despite the fact that it's sort of hard to tell exactly. Also partially to the fact that the 5 bodyguard types, their suits don't look like they fit quite as well as his do. Like, his is probably tailored. Also, he's not an over-muscled goon, so it's easier to fit him with, easier to fit him with a suit. He looks around. Basically, he walks in. The 5 bodyguards do their sort of bodyguard looking around thing. The woman at the table has been, working with the carbine. Looks up at them. Sighs. Looks back over her shoulder. Says, "Captain, looks like contact's here a little bit early. Well, earlier than expected." The captain sort of snorts, looks down at her chronometer, looks back up. "I do not believe it. Bastard is literally here exactly when he said he'd be." I mean, punctual is one thing. He's the representative of the buyer for our current cargo. At least that's who he looks like. That's what he looked like on the holo, on the holo call I had with him. The group walk forward, and Miri sort of gestures, does not pick up her carbine, sort of gestures them towards the captain's table. Captain Rattleland says, "Gonna have to excuse me. This is business. Feel free to hang out at the bar, but got to talk with this guy. You know, a little bit of discretion.
I understand.
Great, thank you.
Jith will send a questioning look at Vorkas. Underworld connections.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to roll. And I'm looking it up. It is 11. 12.
You don't know what outfit specifically he's attached to, but he's the dude screams exchange.
Okay.
Like practically, this is like, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
You know, sort of, this is definitely connected.
What's this about?
The
buyer's here.
buyer just showed up.
Right.
Well, the
Or
Captain
representative.
Captain Ratlin did say the buyer's representative.
Right.
Yeah, but Eric, you can't pinpoint exactly what who they are, but they definitely are definitively
Which boss in the exchange they're working for, but
they give off that vibe. And judging by as you walk by the representatives, how well tailored his suit is, whoever it is, pretty high up the totem pole because they got money.
I will relay this information to Jith.
She's gonna whisper under her breath to him. This could either be way worse or way better than we were hoping for.
Yeah, tough to see which way it's going to swing.
Not only can we, if things all work out for us, not only can we send a message to pirates not to steal from Troffak, we can send a message to, well, whoever's actually trying to screw him over.
All right.
How you doing that milkshake, kid?
Twins is blowing a couple bubbles and then sipping. She's paying attention, but she's just kind of
I know.
rolling with the facade.
All right.
All right.
So, yes. What was I going to say? I was going to say something and I've forgotten what it was. Brain not working at the moment. Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. So the representative sort of, his bodyguards sort of fan out a bit as he walks the table. Captain Ratlin gets up and they shake hands and sit down and start talking. I'm going to assume you guys are going to try to eavesdrop at least a little bit.
No. Why would we do that? Yeah, totally eavesdropping.
So, yeah, I need a perception rolls, and if you want to make it super, depending on how inconspicuous you want to make it, you could also throw an intrusion check if you'd like.
I'm better at intrusion than not, so fortune die. Intrusion.
All right.
Oh, 19.
You know what? Let's just let Twins do the listening.
Twins is not noticed. It just, you have to make your perception check also.
Let's see here. 7. Screw it. Let's fortune die that too. Okay. 12.
All right.
I am also going to. I will finish my drink and mosey to the bar, crossing within a respectable distance of the table to wait for the bartender to notice my lizard ass. Fortune die. Perceptotron.
14.
14.
Just going to sit where she is because she at this point it would probably be suspicious to have the captain that's just made a deal with them like lean her head and stuff. So
You want to give me an intrusion check also, Eric?
Sure. Intrusion.
Do you have intrusion?
I do.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah, his is the same as mine.
Okay. Good enough.
I'm not going to do an intrusion. I'm just going to sit where the fuck I am and maybe catch a few words.
Or probably not.
Well, I mean, I looked at the string of good results and I was just like, I'm not going to risk this.
All right. So yeah. All right. So Vorkos and Twins, you basically overhear a bit of some of the conversation. You actually overhear a somewhat salient part of it, actually. And you hear the buyer sort of leaning in, sort of the representative leaning in. Says, so, you have proof of you have proof that you do have the cargo you say you have. And Radeline rolls her eyes, sort of snaps her fingers, and you see Arden pick up his head a few points and sort of slide across the table to the representative. He picks it up, looks at it. Cargo looks good. Yeah. Slides it back across the table. You have here on planet. You have here on station. And Rattlelancer says, first, before I tell you that, I need proof that you actually have the funds you say you have that you're going to pay us. The representative sort of arches an eyebrow, shrugs, reaches into his suit pocket, pulls out a data pad, hits a few buttons, slides it to Rattleland. She picks it up, looks at it. Right. No, we don't have the goods are not here on station. We've secured them at a separate facility. The representative sort of nods and says, "Sensible." So you pay us, say, 5% now. We'll take you to the location. You get the goods, confirm that they're correct. You pay us the rest. We go our separate ways. He nods. Give me the pad back. She slides it across. He types a few buttons. I need the account info for transfer. She nods. Slides her data pad back across. He looks at it, types a few things, hits a button, does the transfer, shows it to her. Good.
So
good.
I have a question at this point.
Yep.
Since I had that really high intrusion, can I say that Twins has been just kind of monitoring the informational exchange with her own equipment?
Not much you can really sort of easily monitor, but
All right.
the problem is that you can't get particularly close even with that intrusion roll, partially because there are, the dude's 5 bodyguards are actually forming a sort of a borderline wall between the bar and them and the bar.
Oh, sure. Mostly I was hoping to have my equipment pick up the information as it's going to the mesh net. Just sniffing, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I think that would first of all require a separate computers roll.
Most of the information that they've been doing really isn't stuff that they actually are broadcasting.
Well, some account numbers just went through, didn't they?
Yes. But you'd have to, give me a computer roll.
All right. Fortune die. 16.
Well, it's a good enough roll that you get some information. I'm just not sure what information I'm willing to give you.
I'm willing to let that one sit for a while.
There's a thing of, yes, logically you should be able to get this information. I'm just not sure it's actually there's a level of I don't want to.
We can't find out who's buying Troffak's shit yet.
Right, that's my problem.
Yeah.
Okay, actually no, twins. I got it. I've actually got it. Okay, yes. You are able to get you get an account number. You actually get both. You manage to catch the account number the money's being transferred from. You also catch and you're able to sort of look at it pretty quickly. And you're able to identify. You'll later be able to identify what bank it's attached to, but you actually need
That's
time.
fine. For now, it's just like, oh hey, like I did a sniff and and
you did catch.
I can decrypt that later.
Yep, you did catch an account number. An account number.
Cool. That's all I wanted.
It's a case of wait, no, I've actually thought of how to handle that. Never mind. I needed to wrap my brain around how I wanted to handle that before I agreed to give you that info.
That's totally fine.
All right, so yeah, but yeah, that is the chunk of conversation you're able to overhear, which is a sizable chunk, but.
Okay, so they kept it off world, probably in the other unaccounted for ship.
Yes. That is what you guys heard.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
Still don't know who the buyer is.
Meanwhile, Jith is sitting at her original table, sipping her drink, and occasionally hears cargo, money.
Yeah, that's about what you've heard. You've heard basically the words like cargo and money. You're like, can I hear anything? I heard the word cargo. Ooh, cargo and money, and this is not working. Boy, I hope Twins and Vorkos heard something useful.
All right.
Since that's the only reason they well. Anyways, yes. So, what do you guys want to do now with the information you now have?
Well, we're still in the bar, right?
Yes, unless you actually decide you want to leave for some reason.
Are we waiting around for anything in particular? Are we going to be talking to them again? I asked because I had to step away for a little bit, and I don't quite know.
I mean, we were pretty much finished, and it seemed as though Rattleland was kind of moving on because she had, well, more important business to deal with.
Right. All right.
She was also caught off guard by the representative arriving early. Well, not early.
Right.
Technically, literally on time to, like, the minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I personally didn't get the impression that she wanted to discuss anything else with us yet.
Not really.
So.
All right. Yeah, Twins will finish off her drink as she's just kind of tapping around on, the mesh and all that other business, and she'll call over the waitress to let her know that the drink is done, and she'll make little winky eyes at her.
The waitress basically takes the glass away and otherwise ignores you.
And that's exactly what Twins expects.
Yep.
That's all she wanted out of her. And at that point, she'll just
Jith is going to whisper, "Don't be offended. She probably thinks you're too young."
Twins is just going to look and just think. Twins is just going to kind of look at Jith, blink a little bit, and then roll her eyes, and then state with no intention of concealing it. Are we done, Captain? Can we go?
Yes.
At any rate,
Yeah, sure. You finish your ice cream and then you don't care anymore, right? Vorkos!
Yeah, I'm coming.
It's the perfect cover to leave.
Yeah, that's what I was going on with you.
I'm thinking about whether or not I can slip a tracker on one of the guards, but I don't have sleight of hand.
Well, that's actually
Not
not.
the intrusion.
There's no actual skill sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Eric, it pains me to say this, but there's an obvious skill that I know you have that would be useful for that.
Intrusion, huh?
No. This isn't. Eric, remember what
Detective, of course.
You have the skill.
Detective. Yeah. The skill of gathering information.
All right, yeah, I'll fortune die detective roll to get that on, to get one on the guard, because I do not want to fuck this up.
Okay, fortune dying it. Cool. Ow. Ah.
Bang.
Oh shit!
What's your total? It looks pretty good.
21.
For
21.
All right.
I have managed to slip it all the way up his asshole without him noticing.
I
At
won't
this
go.
point, I think it's less you tag the guard, more you tag the captain. Jeez.
If you rolled any higher, you'd just literally be able to walk over to him and go, "Hi, here, could you hold on to this thing?"
Make sure you don't drop it no matter what. You
Open
guys
your
like,
shirt.
I'll guard it with my life.
Open your shirt. Okay, I'm taping this thing on here. This wire goes here. This is not a wire. It's just ignore it. Nothing's happening. Okay. Wait, what?
I speak into right here, right? Yes.
Yes.
Remember, it's not a wire.
If anybody asks, what do you say?
It's not a wire.
No.
There you go.
It's not a wire. Get him.
Wait. Whatever anyone says it's not a wire, it's a wire, then they get shot.
No, it's clearly not a wire.
Okay.
It's a fiber optic.
Right.
See, entirely different. You're
Okay,
fine.
but to make sure I don't get shot, I'll tell people it's a wire.
Doesn't work that way either, but whatever. But no, yeah, you were able to slip a tracker onto him into like his pocket or something like that.
Cool.
Because of course he has a pocket.
Pockets.
All right. As you were leaving the bar, actually, you do that as the the bodyguards and the buyer's representative are leaving. And after you drop the tracker on them, you hear Miria say, "All right, you clowns, start getting shit together. The captain says we're taking off in 3 hours. Get your shit together. We're heading off."
Jith is going to look questioningly at Ralan.
At Rattlein?
Yeah.
Okay. Rattlein sort of looks at you and sort of shrugs her shoulders and says, "What?" "Oh, right, you. Kai, Captain Kai, yeah. Yeah, the buyer got here earlier than I expected. It'll take us a few hours to get our shit together and, the relevant crew sobered up. Buyer wants the cargo earlier than he got here and he wants it as soon as possible. So yeah, we're moving out. Yep. So I guess we'll be in touch when you are when we're ready for when you're ready for that, when we're ready for your job. Shouldn't be more than like a day or so.
Right.
We'll send a message back here to Bestman and we'll let you know where to meet up with us.
Jith briefly glances at Vorkos.
I'm sorry, I missed what was saying. I was bigly
They're
distracted.
saying that they're heading out and they'll be in touch with us in the next day or so. So Jith is kind of looking at you to make sure you've done your job.
I give you a claws up.
All right, then. We'll be waiting on you. Don't be too long, though.
All right. Take care.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get yourself into too much trouble.
I promise nothing.
You hear another one of those snorting chuckles that Rattleland seems to be,
Predisposed towards.
yeah.
Now let's hope.
Let's go, you scalawags! Get your asses in gear.
Let's hope Jox and Io also do something similar.
Oh, yeah, okay.
When we're on the way, as we're on the way out, once we're like out of earshot of any of the pirates, Twins is going to just kind of hold a data pad to where Jith can see it and doesn't say anything about it.
She'll look at it.
You see that? That's the buyer's account number.
You do some weird stuff. All right. All right. Jiz's going to make sure that the crew has filtered out properly, and then she's going to get on her communicator with Jox.
Okay. So, Jox, Jith comms you.
Okay, so how long did it take to fuck the whole thing up?
Actually, it wasn't our fault this time.
But it did get fucked up.
Buyer showed up. They're gonna get.
Wow.
They're taking him. They're taking him to where the cargo is stashed. It's not on the station.
Okay, well that much I figured out, but I think I owe IO credits.
If he needs them?
What is this?
No, I'm just joking.
Vorkos put a tracker on somebody, so we'll at least be able to follow, well, some of them. But the more information we know, the better. Don't do anything to screw up the ship, but, well, because you don't have time for it. They're leaving in a few hours.
Considering I'm still on the walker, I'm not going to get over there anyway.
I thought you were hanging out sort of you guys were hanging out somewhere in the general vicinity of the
Oh, okay.
the other ships that you could infiltrate if need be.
Okay, sorry, yeah. Okay, yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of activity around here. The engineers have been working on it. Looks like they've scrambled into. I think they've had the message, so they're trying to get shit done before they're moving out.
The engineers are picking up like there's a. If you're in the general vicinity, you both notice that the engineers have been sort of for most of the time have been sort of doing sort of basic sort of board levels of maintenance. Then there's a round of for fuck's sake, and pre-flight stuff starts going into they start going into high end sort of fast pre-flight stuff.
If you can do anything, because we're going to have to just follow them. If you can do anything that we could do to
while the engineers are like scrambling around and like running for like fuel pipes and hoses and cables, I'm going to like look. I like observe and see if there's any that look particularly, the rookie, the one that isn't the salty old veteran sort of thing.
Sure.
New guy.
Give me an appropriate skill roll that you think that would cover it. Remember that all skills can.
Perception.
Sure, perception's good.
I would say fix it to discern which one of them is worst at it.
There you go.
Yes. Check their skills.
What's your total?
17.
7.
Well,
all right then.
Is this an intrusion roll or?
This is Gab trying to identify the least experience of the engineers.
Got it. Yeah.
You spot the one.
Okay.
Oh man, how am I supposed to get all this stuff fixed, man? Oh.
The one whose uniform is just a little too clean, except around the tucked-in edges.
It's a somewhat young-looking Rhodian who is complaining bitterly the whole time and sort of like kind of freaked out about it. It's sort of like it's complaining bitterly about basically We were told we were going to have at least six more hours before we take off, but no, we have to be ready to take off in 3.
He's wearing a black jumpsuit with yellow shoulders.
You there, Rodian? What's wrong with you, boy? You sweat anymore, you'll start rusting your spanners.
Who the hell are you? Well, in Rhodian, which I cannot.
Yeah.
You know, what's up? Since there are very few Rhodians who speak basic.
Yeah. I don't want to give my name, not from meta, but I would assume that Jocks would assume they wouldn't give the real names initially. I can't think of a name off the top of my head.
Max Rebo. Not related to the actual singer. Sorry, guys.
Max Rebo, no relation.
Just there's Snapdragon McFisticuffs.
Just old hand. Everyone around here calls me Wrench. I'm one of the mechanics for Bestman Station. You guys, I've been watching you guys. Some of you are pretty good, but what's happened? You've all just suddenly like everything's falling apart.
As he continues doing his work, he looks at you and says, "What business is of yours, old man?"
Well, like I say, I just have a thing for fixing this shit. I like that YT you've got over there. Not YT, sorry. What do we say? YV. I like the big YV. I worked on one of those a few years ago. That's a nice ship. But just just from an outsider's way looking in, if that coupling that you just fixed 10 minutes ago stays like that, you're probably going to end up crashing on the other side of the planet.
All right, so you say that the Rhodian sort of like, he looks like he's about to say something snarky, pauses, looks at the coupling, looks at you, swears, drops the power cable he's got, and pulls out a spanner or something. And starts looking at the coupling carefully. You hear more swears.
I'll go over and I'll pick up the length of cable that he was carrying and start heading over. So, look, I know you guys have had this thing where you don't want anyone else meddling. I get that. My ship's important to me too. But look, you could use a hand. I've got 4.
One of the other engineers says, "Look, kid, I'll cover your ass with Arden when he gets back. Pre-flight's more important. Getting pre-flights done is more important, and making sure the ship doesn't blow up is more important than, you, bestless dude, forearms, just you say YVs?
Yeah, I've owned a couple.
Yeah, great. Just do a few. We're just doing pre-flight. Just get the power cables hooked up proper. The pre-flight cables hooked up power. The coolant cables. We gotta get that. Got to cycle the coolant before we take off.
No problem.
All right.
So basically, I'm going to
Wrench,
go around
was
the
it?
back with it. Wrench, yeah.
All right. Yep. No problems.
I'm going to go around the back where the coolant pipes are and wire those fuckers to blow just in case.
So, all right. So you're going to give me a sabotage roll for that.
Yes, I am.
Sketch. I assume you're lurking around somewhere, being remarkably unobtrusive.
Yeah, pretty much. Want me to roll intrusion roll to see
Absolutely.
How discreet I'm going to be. Well, let's see here. Since I'm going to pull out never question on this roll anyway.
Yes, you're a droid in an engineering bay. I don't care what type of droid you actually are. That's still something people don't pay any fucking attention to.
18.
Yeah.
It would be great. A boxcar 18. That would be great.
I'm going to fortune my roll as well to sabotage, so I don't want this being discovered.
Okay.
I'm not. I didn't need a fortune of mine because I'm just
Oh, well. +1 onto my +13 bonus for fix it. No, that's not silly me. That's fix it. Sabotage is +16. So 14 altogether.
14. Okay, not a great roll, but yeah. But yeah, you've got the engines all sabotaged. You got the thing set up so that you can detonate it. If you can set it to blow if you need to.
Oh,
Sketch, is there anything you want to do while no one's paying any attention to you?
I don't have. Well, I do have sabotage on a basic level, so I'm wondering if there's like certain things I could, accidentally unplug or nudge out of a place to sort of, I don't know, impede the work the engineers are doing here to a certain extent. Because I figured that would be at least somewhat helpful to maybe give Jock some more time.
well, my work's fairly fast. I mean, like I say, it's rigged up. Actually, just in character, Jux is going to wander past as he's heading towards the other ship. And not speaking to Io directly, but he's going to say out loud. He goes, it's a weird thing on these old stations. The docking clamps often break down.
Oh, you don't say. Those docking clamps, how long could I manipulate it with that 15 sabotage roll there?
You can have them break down in whatever way you really want with a 15 sabotage roll.
Yeah. It's just like, it's sort of like intentionally tampering them so like any stress or strain will just cause them to pop off. Just like...
So you're trying to make it harder for them to take off, or...
I believe that is the intention of us.
All
as
right,
a group,
so you're
right?
trying to find some way to make it harder for them.
Yeah.
You're basically causing merry havoc. It also occurs to you, Skitch,
Yeah.
from having hung around with Jocks and knowing a bit about sabotage, you don't know as much about ships as he does, but you do know about things like sensors and stuff. It occurs to you that fiddling with a few things here and there might be able to breaking a few discrete adjustments to exhaust ports and such could make it easier to say, I don't know, track a ship while it's
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So basically, it's like I'm going to rig the exhaust here to let a bit more smoke so we can tail the ship better or what have you.
Things like that. Yeah, that just occurs to you. You don't have to. That's yes.
I'm going to go sabotage the other ship in much the same way. Fortune that one. Ooh, 6 in this. And
Good job.
That's a 22.
Well, okay, that one's rigged to suck.
Set phasers to suck.
Well, the other one's rigged to blow. This one's kind of like a cascade implosion that will just rip out the entire engine block.
It's Megamate, sir. She's gone from suck to blow.
This is like those things where like you tie the back bumper to a light pole and then it pulls out the entire axle and drive. Like,
well, I only intended to disable the engine, but somehow all the airlocks open and I've vented the entire ship. Oh well.
Well, that'll make a very bad vent diagram later on. So, ooh, that's terrible. Next up, Io's done what he needs to do. That was just sort of like perusing about, like, don't mind me, pull, snap, fiddle.
Yes. Okay. And Io, as you're leaving the docking area to go somewhere else, possibly the other docking area, you do hear somebody sort of saying, "Oh, what the hell's gone wrong with the docking clamps? That's going to take time to... Get someone fixing that!"
Io mutters to himself as he walks away. I certainly hope not. And he just keeps on moving.
All right. So... Is there anything else you got? Any other types of things you want to do while you play merry havoc with these poor pirates' ships?
I've been muted. I just wanted to point out how happy it makes me to have Io and Jocks just enjoy being complete scumbags.
I mean, in this case here, like this is just like Io's really good at being discreet and is competent at breaking things. And Jocks is really, really good at breaking things. So
by not being discreet, by being the opposite of discreet. I just like the thing that I like is that the fact that I've set the bomb, so I don't want them found. If I've then given Io ideas to do other things, and they're really obvious things that they will discover at some point. It's like, well, that's all that. Surely nothing else can go wrong, and they stop looking.
Or they run out of time and can't find it.
Yes. The more time they have dealing with the shit he does, the less time they have to deal with the shit I do.
Sure, fair enough. All right, is there anything else you guys want to do before you're actually?
I'm literally gonna resume working. I'm actually going to help them fix the ships.
Okay.
And get them ready.
Okay, as you're doing that,
otherwise I blow my cover.
yes, I figured. As you're working on that, Gav and Io, you both notice that there are a bunch of pirates have a bunch of the crew have sort of come back, including a tall human with long dark hair, wearing a sort of an open leather vest without a shirt because of course he is.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigar equivalent, some sort of stomping and looking around. He looks at Jocks and goes, "Oi! Who the hell are you? What are you doing with you? Forearms."
Your boys needed a hand. They started scrambling like they'd shit themselves, and I helped them out. Otherwise, you were going to blow up. That's the kid over there, the Rhodian.
Throw the poor bastard under the bed. Oh my god. See that bus? Go crawl under it.
Arden, it's Arden's end. Sort of takes the cigar thing out of his mouth, puts it back and draws on it again, blows out a cloud of smoke. Looks at the Rhodian, who is trying desperately to not be seen, without actually trying to hide. He sort of, maybe if I stand still enough and sort of cower a bit, I'll become invisible.
Maybe his motion, his eyesight is based on movement.
Right, T-Rex it.
I mean, to be fair to the kid, if I wasn't around, I like ships. I hang out around the docks. If I wasn't around, you guys would not be ready by now. Not blowing my own trumpet, but I'm just doing a little bit of help. I like to help.
He blows out another cloud of smoke, walks up to the Rhodian. All right, kid. What was the problem? He points over at the coupling. Arden walks up to it, looks at it. Looks back at him and says, "What did you do to fix it?" Uh-huh. All right, that checks out. He narrows his eyes, looks back at Jocks, draws in a cigar again. All right, that was legit, and sounds like you've been doing legit work helping. But
yeah, no problem. I get you guys. I get you guys. You're new around here. You keep it to yourselves. You don't want anyone fiddling with your shit. I get that. Honestly, if it's a problem, look, all four arms in the air. If it's a problem, I'll leave it. You guys are pretty much done anyway.
Yeah, you've been a help, and as thanks, I won't throw you off. I won't shoot you in the head.
Jocks is low without it, being obvious. Jocks' lower arm's going to reach for the shotgun.
And he sort of just slowly gestures to the towards the exit.
I'll head out, give him a little salute sort of thing with the with one of my arms. It's the frontier, man. People like us, we've got to look out for each other. Shit-eating grin as I can, and head off.
All right, you head off. All right, so it looks like everybody is now out of there and heading back to, heading back to the Razorwalker.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds about right.
Okay. So, you are back at the Razorwalker. But yes, yep. So
I'm going to head up to Jith and say, okay, hand her a small box with a big red button on it. This is for that big YV that they've got.
Uh-huh.
This is for the other one. Push a button, ship goes boom. Well, the engine goes boom. Okay, the ship might go boom. But it's meant to be the engine. But just in case.
So
This is why I'm giving it to you. Okay?
So you're saying it's meant to disable.
It's meant to disable.
All right.
And as Jox walks away, he's gonna be breathing it, rehearsing the line in his head. Meant to disable.
I get it. I get it. I get it. All right. Unfortunately, we should be able to get up and running at the same time as all of these guys because, well, we don't have anything to move onto our ship. So.
And, unlike those fuckwits, I keep this ship running.
That you do.
They had a little Rhodian kid that tried to put a power coupling in upside down.
Wouldn't that make the ship explode?
Yes! That's what happens when you hire kids. No experience. You need to work in a shop for at least a decade before you get onto running a ship. Idiots.
I agree. With a pointed look.
All right.
Twins feigns looking offended and goes back to her computer.
All right. We've got at least 3 ships to account for. We don't know if the buyer's representative has their own ship, though.
Probably.
Well, I guess another way to put it is, we don't know if. Well, most likely, I guess, is that the buyer's representative is going to be taken to the where the cargo is, and they're going to load it there, and then take off and go their own separate ways. I guess if we wanted to, technically speaking, we might be able to actually avoid a confrontation with the pirates and just follow the buyer.
Which is more important to Troffak, the cargo or the pirates?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the thing. We still need to do something about the pirates.
Yeah,
So what we could do is we could follow them to the location of the cargo, wait for them to load it up and leave, take off after the buyer's representative, blow the 2 ships that we set to sabotage, leave the pirates fucked up, and then go fuck up the buyer. But this is probably going to be the most vulnerable place to snag the cargo. So.
You know what we could do? We can disable the pirate ships if you like. I don't know much about Troffak. Does he have his own ships?
I'm sure he does.
Does he like presents? Like
Saying-
disabled pirate style presents?
If
We can
get
cripple
to-
them and then let him collect them. He'd love that. He'd get to gloat.
I'm sure it couldn't hurt to leave disabled ships out here.
And then we can say, look, there's a nice, gift wrap present there waiting for you of, 2 ships full of pirates, including the captain. By the way, we're going to get your bits back. Have fun.
Well, an important thing is we are meant to also be delivering a message.
You could always spin it. A message is always delivered best if it's in person.
Well, I think that we're going to need to actually see what we're going up.
I think the message that Troffak would more want us to send would be to wreck the pirates in front of the buyer. And scruff up the buyer a little bit, too.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think Troffak knew about the buyer specifically.
Oh, he knew that there would be a buyer, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I don't even know whether we'd get them 2 for 1.
All right. Well, I say that we at least follow for now because we need to know exactly what we're working with, I think, before we come up with our plan.
That's fair enough. I just wanted to say, keep it in mind. If we get anywhere near Troffak's territory, I think we cripple them and go and feed them to him. I mean, hell, he's a hut. He's not going to lift a finger anyway. But if he's there, he'll gloat. Huts do love to gloat.
All right. So I'm sure that we would be able to see when the ships are actually taking off, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. So we'll just be ready to go, I think. And yeah.
All right. Well, all right. So after about an hour's, after almost exactly 3 hours after the announcement, the two quote transports take off,
Okay.
and they start leaving Bespin.
Is there a third ship?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
No, we established that there
That's not
are
that's
four
not the ship he
ships.
was asking about.
Okay.
He was asking about whether the buyers had a ship. The buyers rep had a ship that he's launching.
Well, I guess.
Oh,
well,
as an
who was it
aside,
that you...
during all of this, you guys are as the pirates are taking off. Just after the pirates take off, Jith, you receive a comm.
Is it from Lando?
It is.
I'll answer it.
All right. They're leaving.
Yep.
Apparently, there was some sort of meeting after you went into the. There was a second meeting after you went into the cantina, and they decided to leave right after that. At least that's what the bartender was saying.
Yeah, I'd like to take credit for getting them to leave your station peacefully, but honestly, it didn't really happen that way.
Yeah, well, hey, dude, it's all right. I just was it a buyer for something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, so they were actually telling me the truth when they said they were just here to wait for a buyer to show up for a cargo.
Yeah.
The hell!
It looks like they were a lot more desperate than we were thinking when we came here.
Okay. Well. All right.
So we'll make sure that they don't bother you again.
I appreciate that. You take care of yourselves.
Thank you. You as well. After ending that, Jith is going to look over at Vorkos and ask where the tracker is. Like, who did you put the tracker on exactly? I forget.
One of the guards.
One of the bodyguards for the buyer's representative.
Yep. Easier to
Okay.
get to than the actual buyer, but he's not going to be too far from his buyer.
Sure. And where is that? And where is that tracking device now?
That is a good question.
It is. It is currently moving towards Dock 1.
Okay.
And it goes to Dock 1. And as you're watching it, you can sort of overlay the tracker over with a map of the station. As it moves the area of Dock 1 where a ship would be, all of a sudden it sort of fuzzes out and disappears.
Of course. Fucking exchange their cloaking devices.
Fortunately, we can put eyes on the other ship. All right, let's get a move on.
I'll be right back. Got to feed cat.
Okay.
On a side note, Peter, I'm keeping tabs on baseball game that's happening, and on 3 consecutive hits, the Indians had the bats break.
Oh, Jesus.
3 consecutive at-bats, 3 consecutive hits on, I think, the first pitch, and each time the bats broke.
Wacky.
So just...
All right. Alrighty, so yeah. Alright, so y'all take off. Their ships are flying away. They are leaving more of a trail behind them than you would expect, Nick. Just looking like, wow, they're exhausted.
Is that debris? Is that debris?
No, it's like their thruster, their engines are just giving off more sort of of a trail than
They're running heavy.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's almost like someone screwed with the engines to do that.
All right, good job, jocks.
I'm going to say I'm not in earshot.
Never let us hear the end of that one. All right.
All right. So yeah, they start flying off as they sort of pass one of the outer sort of sort of rocks in the system. You see a ship powering up, and you see the pirates' gunship sort of come looping out from behind the moon and fall into formation with the two converted freighters.
All right.
They actually have a ship that looks like it's actually purpose-built for actual combat as opposed to being a converted freighter.
Right. I'm not going to be making any fast getaways with that. Okay.
And they start powering up to jump to hyperspace.
Shit. All right. Well, since we are right there, we will attempt to set a course to follow them.
You actually notice that they looks like they're getting prepping for hyperspace. When you start when you're actually calmed, and you see, God, Captain Rattleland sort of sitting there, sort of on the comms. Sort of, you heard her say, "Captain Kai, I presume." Is that the Razorwalker there?
That's us. We didn't have anything keeping us on Vespin. Figured that we would just join you early.
All right, let me. I'll send you coordinates where we're jumping to.
Just is going to look at the coordinates with a suspicious eye.
That was a bit easy.
All right.
All right. If you wanna, yep, that's great. Yep, great. So yes, she sends you coordinates. It is for it's basically what is as near as you can tell is an uninhabited system with basically nothing of any redeeming value on it. In it.
Makes sense. Based on the course that ships are currently on, where do I think that they are going?
That system looks like it's entirely possibly it. It's honestly
okay.
If give me a specifically give me a driving. Yep.
All right.
Give me a driving.
Is this closed?
Yes.
This closed?
Close roll.
Aha!
Yeah. As near as you can tell, they are being completely upfront. Like the course that their current course, their current heading, everything they're doing seems to be completely in line with the system, the coordinates they've sent you.
Just still is suspicious.
It's like, all right, yeah, this all makes
I'm back.
This all ties in. What the hell? They're not screwing. Are they not screwing with us?
They've got to be screwing with us.
Just is going to do a quick deception check.
What are we doing at this point?
They're giving us coordinates for where they're actually going to give the buyer the cargo, and I'm just like, this is too easy. So I'm doing as many checks as I can to... that's not a very good... that's not my deception roll, that's why. So I'll just... Hang on, I'll keep that. It's a +1 to my actual deceit, which is a 12. Okay, so a 13.
she didn't sound like she was lying or being particularly deceitful. And say, "Oh, yeah, sure, whatever. Just come along. That's fine."
Oh, once the transmission's over, just going to turn her head to look at Vorkos, shrug her shoulders.
I guess.
Well, welcome to the Black Saber Pirates, Vorkos.
I'm sure we'll have a long and illustrious career.
Well, fuck it. I mean, we'll set the course and prepare to jump.
All right, you jump. And it's about a few hours travel to the system that you're going to. And you emerge from hyperspace along with their ships. In a system that is basically filled with rocky dustball planets, with barely existent. Like one or two of them might have something that resembles an atmosphere. It is a it's like, okay, that one technically has an atmosphere. I'm not sure it's a breathable atmosphere, but it's an atmosphere.
It has a completely nitrogen atmosphere.
And that one, even if it had an atmosphere, it would be too fucking hot to actually walk on. And that one would be, even if it had an atmosphere, it would be too fucking cold. God, this system is useless. Okay, is at least that planet? Is the planet with an atmosphere at least got like useful raw material? No, it's rock.
Well, this was their plan B, and we were at Terrace before, so.
All
Turns
right.
out each planet does in fact have an atmosphere, but it's composed entirely of a single noble gas.
Wow, that is the most.
One of them occasionally goes, eat at Joe's.
Damn it, you beat me at my own regular joke.
All right. Actually, Vorkos, as you're running the scans, the planet with an atmosphere, you are picking up what appears to be one bit of area on the planet which is giving back metallic readings.
I've got their base here on planet Argon.
And Captain Rattleland calms you again and says, "All right, head into the one with the atmosphere. Here are the coordinates to go where to land. We'll be heading into an underground bunker from there. From there, bring rebreathers to walk to the bunker.
Got it.
I don't advise landing. I don't advise taking the Razorwalker into right anywhere near the bunker. I haven't had time to give you guys the proper transponder frequencies. The automated defenses will probably take offense if you get too close in a ship."
I got you. All right. Once the transmission is over, I'm gonna lean back out of the cockpit and shout at Jocks. Hey, if your engine plan works, how would it interact with this atmosphere?
What gas is it?
I don't know.
This one.
I'm assuming something flammable.
Oh, hydrogen.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be fine then.
As long as
It's
it's just hydrogen, you're fine. If it's hydrogen and oxygen, not so much. Hydrogen isn't a problem unless it's mixed with oxygen. Not as big a problem, at least.
It turns out the entire it's entirely oxygen. That's all it is. Liquid oxygen.
Well, here's the thing. The atmosphere is hydrogen. The ship's interior is oxygen.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But no, the atmosphere is not pure hydrogen.
No, they've said it's safe to walk in. You just can't breathe it.
Yeah.
It's not something. It's not like something that would like just be corrosive or anything like that.
Yeah, well, pure oxygen. As a matter of fact, pure oxygen would be terrible to walk around in.
Yeah. So it'll be some sort of there'll be gas pockets that could go boom.
Possibly.
Yeah. So go boom, big boom.
Yeah, honestly, it's a mostly nitrogen atmosphere. It just doesn't have most stuff that you actually like. Most sentient species need to actually breathe in order to survive.
Yeah.
Kind
Put it this way: this base better have a sign on the door that says "No naked flames."
Twins goes up to one of them and is like, "Don't tell me what to do." Starts smoking a cigarette.
Twins would not do that. She does not smoke.
I'm just building on the
I know.
Mother Jacket stuff.
All right, so I do take the flight path they recommend in. But do you land as far away from the entrance as they suggest you do?
This has to be a trap.
Yeah, it does feel a bit weird going into the belly of the beast, so to speak.
They said that they were transmitting codes from to the automated defense systems.
They said they have transponders, yes.
We have
Any
a
chance I
transponder
could
manipulator.
listen in on that and see if I can replicate it to any
You
effect?
can try.
Mm-hmm. We do still have that transponder manipulator.
You
Right.
do. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It may prove useful if and when we have to leave.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do I want to fortune die this?
I don't know.
I've got 4 left, and if we get into a fight, I'd like to have them for that, and we're almost undoubtedly going to get into a fight. But that might be next session. Yeah, I'll do fortune die.
Not saying.
Oh, it barely matters. Okay. All right. Do you want this as computers or intrusion?
Oh, definitely computers.
Computers? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
13.
Okay. Sure, you have some data. You've got at least a partial read on the transponder. Actually, no. You have the transponder code. There's a problem. It's a yes, but the problem is the transponder code. You were able to you read over it very quickly. You realize very quickly that the transponder codes are each of them are unique and are tied to the make and model of the ship that they're being broadcast from.
So there's no way of getting around that.
Not easily.
Well, unless we had a transponder ghost that could make us look like a different make and model of ship.
Well, that's not the point. That's not the point. Is that we would need to be like it's an individual one, right?
Right. I can't just put in the same password.
I misunderstood. I thought you meant it was just tied to the it was this model with this code, not just this individual ship.
No, this is the such and such with this particular,
Okay.
which on top of that is this ship model with these modifications or what have you.
It might last. That sort of spoof might last long enough to get us like a few seconds before the guns open up.
It's possible.
Yeah. Twins is basically operating on the idea of, okay, I've got the baseline for this, and I can mostly replicate it. I'd have to be doing it live. There's no way I can just prefab this. I would have to be actively fighting the intrusion countermeasures and whatnot.
I'm going to
while
mention to
doing
Twins.
this.
Okay, so you can steal the transponder code and rebroadcast it.
Mm-hmm.
How many times can you broadcast it?
That's a good
I've got
question.
another idea, guys. I'm gonna, freaking keep an eye on my scanners and outside. I'm going to look for the buyer's ship. I'm gonna see if it lands.
It's flying in. You actually see it. It is. All right. It is a. Sorry. Let me. What were you going to say, Gav?
I was just going to say, any ideas that I'm spitballing here, these are more for an escape plan rather than coming in. So
Fair enough. All right. You see flying in a honestly, it's a YT-2400. That's not showing up on your sensors.
An Outrider.
That's been painted all black.
Stealth Outrider.
Yeah.
So definitely not Dash's then. Got it.
No.
Even his would have a giant red sign that says, "This is Dash Rendar's Outrider."
Yeah.
This is the Outrider.
So it comes flying in behind you guys, passes over you, and flies directly towards the entrance of the facility.
Jox is going to be looking at the view screen and like just whistling to himself, quite impressed that a ship that size has managed to get a cloaking device.
Yeah.
wondering if he can steal it.
Well, if we board it.
All right. So,
Do you think that they had time to give them a transponder code?
you have no idea.
I'm talking to the people who actually
sorry.
listened in on the conversation.
Fair
so-
enough.
If
Twins is continuing to monitor.
I would imagine so, because remember they've literally only just met us. I'm guessing they've been in conversation with these guys, and this is the plan.
We also did have several hours between when we saw them and when they actually took off.
Mm-hmm.
They are broadcasting They are broadcasting something now. You are finally able to. Your ship is finally able to tell where this fucking ship is. You can see it if you look out the window. You can hear it flying overhead. Your ship
Is that
basically
transponder-
refuses to believe it exists until right now.
Is that transponder transmitting a name?
Nope. Well, it is.
John Doe.
It is basically it's transponding. It's sending
Board
a name.
prefect.
Basically, actually, yes.
Just make a model.
The name it is transponding is the YT-2400. Not your fucking business in hoodies.
In hoodies.
Yes.
It's the exchange. It's pretty much run by the Huts.
By everybody. They're pretty equal opportunity, if I remember
The
correctly.
exchange is very equal opportunity.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. I'm thinking of something else.
In fact, at one point, the exchange and the Huts were kind of at war.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me. So yeah, it is curious.
Did this kind of like looking at the base and looking at the coordinates that she was given to land, and she's like, "This would make it really difficult to make a getaway."
What? No. See, yes, you can land over there, and you won't be shot. You won't be shot at the automated defenses. Also, if you do betray us, it's harder for you to get away.
But not impossible.
Yeah. All right. So, I think you landed the coordinates you've been given, though, or do you try something else?
I'm thinking.
Fair enough. You're welcome to handle it how you'd like.
Even if we do hack this system so that we land within the base, they're going to be really upset about that.
Yeah, and we need to get on the ground to intercept the package. If you want, look, I'm going to just turn to Varkos. Do they have a big Quarian, likes open shirts, cigar?
It wasn't a Corn. It wasn't a Corn. It was a human. Gav.
Oh, it was a human, sorry.
Yes,
Sorry,
I
thought-
may have misspoke, but it was a human.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, big for a human.
Yeah. It was
High up?
of moderate
So-
size, so I guess it's big for a human.
Yeah. Is he one of the higher ups?
Yeah, he's one of the captain's lieutenants.
Okay, I thought so. I think I had a run-in with him when I was repairing their ships. I've already given him a backstory of me, backstory of me working at the shipyards at Bespin, so I'm probably best to stay on the ship. IO should be fine. Protocol droid is a protocol droid is a protocol droid. What did you guys do in regards to like names and stuff? Did you go real or?
We went real.
Oh yeah, we went real.
Right. Okay. So if I show up with it, if I show up, he's gonna know something's wrong. Okay, I'm gonna stay on the ship. Just tell him you got the engineer. You got an engineer that doesn't like to leave the ship or some shit. I don't know. But at the very least,
I think it would be kind of silly to not leave someone on the ship in this kind of situation we're going into anyway. So
yeah. But what I'll do is, with your permission, I know I've only played with the engine so far, but with your permission, I'll keep them ticking over, and I can come in and get you if needs be. If you can do something about the guns.
That sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like a great idea.
I'd hate to actually have to run through this place in order to get in our ship. Because if we don't disable everything or take over everything, that means that we're going to have to. We would absolutely be outrun into the atmosphere, or into the out of the atmosphere.
Mm.
All right.
Plus, you still have the boom boxes.
Okay, back up a second. Is their little base here one that had one projecting like an atmosphere dome within it?
You can't tell right now.
Okay.
It's also a bunker.
The scene in Empire when they're landing inside the worm. It's like a pocket
It's been
atmosphere.
a long
basically.
time.
Yeah, but basically, it's on a random asteroid in space that shouldn't have an atmosphere, but it's got a pocket atmosphere.
It's bigger than that. It's an actual planetoid. It's just
right.
There
It's
happens to
not
be
green.
one. There happens to be one bit of metal on it, which apparently is the entrance to a bunker, which is a little odd.
All right. So presumably they actually have an atmosphere in there, but not anywhere on the exterior. So
Not
we're
a
going to
breathable
need
atmosphere.
suits to get in on foot.
To get in foot. You were told you'll need breathers, basically. Not much else.
Yeah, you don't need full suits.
Okay.
So we're going to queue up the Enterprise's atmospheric analyzer.
So yeah, you're according to
I'm just glad I don't have to mess
sensors,
around with headgear.
Right. According to your sensors, the atmosphere is non-toxic, non-corrosive, also no oxygen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a nitrogen-based atmosphere with no oxygen.
Yeah, it's not dangerous. It's just lacking the bits we need.
Yeah. Also, it's very thin, and it's cold out. You should wear warm weather gear.
I am so glad I have this shit built into my armor.
Twins will wear long sleeves.
Now, when I say cold, by the way, I mean dangerously so.
All right. I'm just going with a running joke.
I know you are, and I'm just warning you. I appreciate the joke, but
near vacuum.
I was wearing a scarf. Okay.
It will be charming.
Was on a woolly hat.
He's dressed. We've done him up like a snowman.
But yeah,
a broomstick.
Oh, Makatai in the chat reminded me.
And then we just give him the instruction to stay frosty.
As an aside, yeah, someone in the chat points out that the Hutts don't like the exchange at all.
Yeah, that's why I was getting mixed up. I was mixing up the cartels for the exchange.
Yep. Yeah. At any rate, so yes, as you are coming into land, you do receive another transmission from the other of the two freighters. Captain Kai. This is Arden Zan. The captain's right hand. Just as a heads up, when you land and your crew debarks, we do expect to see all of you debark and come join us. That includes your Basilisk engineer.
Of course.
Okay,
right.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Jox's spacesuit, and I'm going to fill it with compressed air.
Put IO in it. He doesn't know about
Put
IO.
IO in it.
No, I like having an inflatable basilisk.
Well, we'll have to speak.
Is it a purple one?
We'll
Is
have
it
to
the
speak
one
to Ryan, and Io will have to stay on the ship because he doesn't sound like he knows about Io.
No, we didn't say anything about Io at all. Nope.
Okay. Can Io fly a ship?
Okay, hang on. I think we're missing a red flag here. We said we had an engineer. We didn't say we had a basilisk engineer.
Nope.
No, but you did. No, but
We did use our names.
Use our names on the HoloNet.
That
Mine
is true.
Mine is tagged to the Razorwalker, so.
Yes, it is.
I thought, why don't we just make the basilisk just call him IO9 for no good reason?
Yeah, and you might as well bring
But,
your protocol droid with you as well.
Aw.
Just like, can a old blind man fly a ship?
Yeah, literally the only person he's not aware of is Obazane.
I forgot
He was
about him.
probably passed out in his quarters.
Hey, Sensei, can you fly a starship?
Well, I yes,
It's been
technically.
a long time. And also, I could see.
Also, I had eyes at the time.
It's really easy. It's all pre-programmed. You just need to push this red button.
I have one with the
Oh,
force.
wait,
The force is
shit.
with me.
Oh, that's not a phrase I want to be hearing at this time. Thank you very
Oh.
much.
Just like, okay. You said that you did stuff on the ship, right? That no one saw you, right?
Anyways, he basically he hangs up after he mentions you might as well bring your protocol droid with you. Click.
Right.
Hmm?
No, look, I'm pretty sure no one saw me do anything to the ship other than what I told them I was doing, which is fixing. Don't worry. I can cover. If he's suspicious.
How
of
do
I
you
was working-
disguise a basilisk?
Very carefully.
Lots of rouge.
Well, it is a human. Maybe he thinks all basilisks look alike.
Quickly, grow a mustache and a beard and a mohawk.
And a Mario hat.
Perhaps we'll have another one of those you people situation as a result of this. Bunch of non-humans.
All right. Okay, I got an idea. Jith is going to scrounge around on the ship for a bit and come back with some ink and a brush. She's going to then, let's see here. All right, let's see. Where would we have? Okay.
Who has the highest deceit score among us? I know it's not me.
I think it's probably Io.
Hmm.
I've got a 12.
For what?
Deceit.
Oh, yeah. 13 for me.
Me too.
Oh, really? Okay.
You can do your own
I
makeup.
actually have deceit.
I told you, I'm a used car salesman.
Fair enough.
We're gonna look on the boards and see if let's see here. Are there pictures of jocks on the HoloNet, basically?
Not good ones.
Not good ones. Okay. We'll make just kind of a not so obvious kind of mark, like a fake tattoo somewhere on his face.
Like Aya reaches to pull out what would be his blaster, but in fact it's just a large gun-shaped Sharpie marker.
To be honest, I think
Twins looks
We-
disdainfully at
guys-
the prop department.
with guys like this, I think the more you lie and try and fool them, the more the harder it is. I would honestly say, if we're gonna do this, then let me do the talking, and I'll tell him the truth.
Yeah, just go in on the level.
We're looking to join the crew. I thought I could help out. The reason I pretended to be someone I'm not is because I know you guys weren't trusting, and I just wanted to help. I was trying to
One
do
of
you
the
guys a
better
favor.
options I think we have, really.
I was trying to do you guys a favor for good, do you guys a solid for some good favor. That's it. And I didn't know how successful the meeting had gone, hence why I didn't tell you who I was. Rather than trying to lie even further, because if that backfires, then we are fucked.
All right. Well, if a basilisk engineer, he would probably find it hard to believe that there was a second basilisk engineer on the station. So,
Yeah. I think our
you're
best
right.
bet at the moment is to leave the buttons with Oba, keep a comm with like a secure channel, and just ping him if we need him to push the buttons.
Well, we can certainly make something happen if we do that, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's put on those masks that you see in Empire, and
Yep.
some very, very heavy coats, and head out, I guess.
All right. You head out. Former Inquisitor Obozane is like, okay, I got buttons. If you
Which
guys
ones were they again?
Don't push them unless we say something. For the love of God, don't push them unless we say something.
1 beep is left, 2 beeps is right.
Sure,
3 beeps
whatever,
is both.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, so you head out, and it is, even dressed for the cold, it is really, really frigid here. Again, really thin atmosphere, not very close, not close to us. The sun it's orbiting, and it's a small, not very hot sun. So
Right.
But yeah, you approach the area where you were picking up the metal, and you see what looks like an entrance to. Basically, you see what looks like an entrance into a sort of a bunker covering that's it's a sort of it's an underground sort of landing bay, and you see a lot of very heavy looking anti-air defenses around it that seem to be moving about on their own. They don't seem to have any and they look kind of old and dated, like they've been here a long time.
All right, so this base was appropriated, not financed. Got it.
Seems that way. I mean, it's also very clear that they maintenance has been done on them, and they've probably been. You're at a guess, Gav. As an aside, you looking at them being Mr. Fix-It. Sort of your reaction to it is, yeah, they found them in displaced and disrepair and brought it back up to spec.
Yeah, it's still not perfect, but yeah, there's yeah.
It's enough to take down a ship.
Yeah, they'll do it. There's probably a little bit of lag on the tracking unless they've got some unless they've really splashed out on the targeting hardware. And depending on how old those the joints and the mechanisms are, the actual tracking might be a little bit slow. But other than that, the firepower, if those are wired up properly, then yeah, they'll drop a ship. If they might struggle to hit you depending on how well they've been maintained. But if they hit you, then good night.
All right. Well, I guess we'll get up to I guess we'll go knock on the front door then.
Yep. You walk in, and you are. Yeah. You don't. You basically you come up to the entrance of the landing bay, and there's a force field across it.
Wilderness goes.
Basically they open the force field for you to come in and then reclose it.
Just say we have a candygram. That's all we need to do.
And waiting at the entrance are about a bunch of the pirates sort of crew and what's his bucket? Arden Zan.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yep, all right. All 5 of you are here. Good." He smirks at Jocks, nods, and just turns around and says, "Follow me."
Jock, for his part, Jocks is going to have a big shit-eating grin on his face as well, just like, yeah, okay, you got me. Not hiding it all, you know.
Yep.
Right. Just rolling with it.
He's always just, yep, all right.
Okay.
So yeah, you are walking up ahead. As you're sort of walking towards the down, you see the the YT 2400 has landed, and you see the buyer's representative having got off with some of his bodyguards, and he's currently discussing. He's currently talking with Captain Radalan, and you hear him saying, "I assumed you would have more." You hear him basically saying, "I assumed you would have more discretion than to allow people who've just come to join you follow along and follow us here to the meeting." And Radalan's saying, "Seriously? How much trouble can 5 people cause?"
Io looks to the camera.
As an aside, when you hear her say that,
my mischief sensors are triggering.
Arden Zan takes a sort of a stuttering half step, puts his hand on his face for a second, takes it off, and resumes walking. Sort of a for fuck's sake.
Clearly, nothing wrong can happen from this.
Anyways,
You don't seem
Captain,
too happy. You don't seem especially happy right now, Arden.
I don't mean any disrespect, but
Do you?
I disagree with the captain's decision to give you the coordinates to come along here. We don't know you that well yet.
Fair enough.
You seem like a pretty cautious type. I appreciate that.
It's my job to be cautious it's my job. That's my job for the captain.
I'm getting that impression.
I settle things. Maria's job is to blow shit up. Also to keep people from bothering the captain.
All right.
So I would like to put out a note here.
Mm-hmm.
The lady with the gun, Miria, you said her
Yep.
name was?
I think it's Miri. I think it's what I said. Let me double check.
Miri Vinette?
Miri Bennett.
Bennett.
Okay.
Miria, but Miri. Sorry,
Miri.
Bennett.
Okay. So, Twins is basically going to be keeping her eyes on her, and in particular is going to keep a watch out for if she ever points her weapon, because undoubtedly she has it out all the damn time. If it ever points at the buyer or any of the buyer's associates, I would like to be informed.
Sure. Miri. Okay, so if you keep an eye on Miri, she's still wearing her. She's basically wearing a suit of full armor it's put together from bits from different types of body armor. Like the breastplate is Mandalorian. The shoulder, the left arm and shoulder pad is for looks like it might be some form of stormtrooper armor. The right arm's a different suit of armor. The legs are something else.
Right, it's very patchwork armor.
Yes. She has
It's a collage.
Yeah. She's wearing a gun belt with a pair of heavy blaster pistols. She's got her blaster carbine that she's got carrying with her, and she has a giant fuck off assault blaster auto blaster rifle slung over her shoulder, slung over her back. And she's wearing some sort of goggles now that look fairly high tech.
Jith is going to cover
also
this.
also it looks like she's got a bunch of grenades on she's got a bunch of grenades on her belt also.
Of course she does. Why wouldn't she?
Sure. Demolitions and heavy weaponry, sure.
Yep.
Jith is going to kind of lightly elbow Twins and mutter in a voice loud enough to be heard. It's like, seriously, stop flirting. We're on business.
Oh.
Just to cover up exactly why she's in case anybody notices why she's looking at her so much.
It's like I had a plan.
Okay. Alrighty. So, he leads you all down further into the base. The buyer's rep sort of looks over at your group, sort of shrugs, and says, "Okay, Captain Rattleman, take me to the cargo. This way." She looks back at you at your group and says, "Yeah, once you're inside, just head over to I don't know, just make yourselves at home in sort of the any of the first third of the rooms in the corridor that we go in here. Everything's it's just sort of storage, and we've got a sort of a makeshift cantina set up in one of the rooms. I forget which one it is." Everything else is off limits for now. You understand operational security shit.
Of course.
Right. All right, Arden, I need you with me for the. He nods. Maria, you're keep up the patrols and shit. And so Arden, and the buyer rep start going down the corridor. And they basically go down the corridor, and they stop at the end where what looks like a pair of elevator doors open, and they get in and they close.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll go into the area that was indicated. And once we are inside behind some doors, like, all right, just double check. Let's make sure that we're not, She kind of looks to the corners of the room and stuff.
If you want to choose a room where it's unlikely anything will be, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking to make sure just in case we're not bugged, So
you don't notice anything like that off the top of your head.
I'm sure that probably not, but considering the circumstances, but might as well do a quick little. I don't see anything. That's my perception.
Do you want me to follow along with that?
If you want to.
I would have.
Detective for fucking.
Yeah.
7.
You guys don't find anything.
All right. Well, they're not inside their cloaked ship anymore, right?
Right. So I'll bring up the tracker on the guard.
It's going down. Down. Then it stops and starts. Your signal gets kind of weak because there's a lot of rock between you and where they are.
Right.
And but not like a ton. They've gone down like 2 stories. And it looks like they're moving. They're walking to the north at this point.
On the way in, did we get an idea of crew sizes in this base, or is it literally just the guys that are on the ships?
It looks like the base has a looks like they have a small staff for the base, not a big one.
Right.
As an aside, when you came in, I forgot to mention this. So you saw the 3 ships you were traveling with. The YT-2400 and what looks like an actual sort of normal freighter that was also landed. It is totally doesn't have concealed weapons. Nope, not at all. It is not a Q ship.
Okay.
You could tell it's impossible. It would be almost impossible to detect that it's a Q ship unless you're up close, like walking right by it and know what to look for. And even then, it's hard to spot some of the stuff. But they were doing maintenance on it, so they had some the disguise panels off. So,
All right. Well, we're here now. What do you say we get settled in and then check out this place? She says while looking at Io. You know, wander around, taking the sights.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, good.
Now it just starts walking off.
okay.
I mean, I'm making it so that we're actually all, leaving the room at roughly around the same time, so it's not like the droid himself is just wandering around randomly.
Oh, sure. I know. It's like,
All right, so you guys are off to wander around looking at stuff.
Yep.
Okay, where are people? What are each of you sort of trying to find? Where are you trying to go? Try to find?
Well, I have two ideas off the top of my head. One's probably unrealistic. The other one is probably more tactical. I want to survey the more tactical one is survey the work that's been done. See if there's any. See if we can get a gist of how long they've been here, how sturdy the power connections are, whether it can be easily sabotaged or broken down, or without actually going over and doing anything and touching anything, because I don't want to look suspicious at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's probably not going to happen is I wanted to see about possibly getting onto the Outrider.
Uh-huh.
Doing something about that, and possibly stealing a cloaking device.
I have no idea
Just
why.
carry it off with your 4 arms.
Yes. Good luck with that, Gav. Yes, that will go well. I promise you.
I'll take Volkos. We can carry
I'll
between us.
I'll actually go to the port where the Outrider is, because that should be a fairly good cover. It's a fast ship. I'll go take a look at it.
All right.
And I'll be the face, so that if there are any guards or whatever have you, then they'll be like, hey, keep your distance. And I'm like, I just want to look, so.
All right. So that's where you're going, Gav. Yeah, the power connections look reasonably stable that you look at and such. All the wiring. It looks like whoever whoever did the maintenance on this place and got it back up to running was at least competent.
mm-hmm.
It's not like it's not stellar work, but it's not like a rush job.
Yeah.
It's passable.
If I just to check, if I roll a sabotage check now,
Uh-huh.
just to get an idea basically of how easy it would be to to disrupt the place, whether I need to do setup or whether I could just run in, toss a grenade, and get an advantage sort of thing.
I might. Depends on how well you roll. Partially.
Okay.
16.
Yeah, you could get probably a small advantage by knowing, do on a rush, sort of, tossing grenades at certain places. But if you wanted to do an actual job, it would take you some time.
Okay.
Twins. So I got kind of distracted when we were being told on where we could and couldn't go. Where, if twins can even tell, where would their their data center be? Because I want to see if I can do something about.
Yeah, that's in the area there. That's definitely not in the area you're allowed to go to.
I figured as that much, but what area is that?
You're not sure, actually.
Okay. All right.
Follow the cables.
Need to find the computer room. Got it. Okay, that one I wasn't exactly expecting Y-Rod to get, but no one? Really? Okay.
Do they have an obvious hangar control overlooking the landing bay?
Yes, actually.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That might be a good place to. That might
There are
also
definitely
be where
guards standing outside of it.
Yeah, undoubtedly. But if I had to guess, I'd say the weapon controls are probably in there too.
Probably. That seems like a reasonable assumption.
All right.
Is there a map with a "you are here" type of deal?
Nope.
We're in a secret bunker that's run by pirates, not a fucking mall.
Hey, you'd be surprised what pirates leave lying around.
And there's the Cinnabon, and then there's the secret cargo, and
Holy crap!
Well,
Orange
guarantee
Julius.
you
This is
this
so
You
is
say that, but there's a discount on Mayhem today.
Oh, jeez.
God damn it.
Is this the secret Cinnabon? Oh, sorry.
All right, so I don't know where the computer center is. Phew. Are there any like open ports or anything around here that I could potentially set my computer up with?
Not really, no.
Okay. I guess Twins is just going to hang around with Jith for the time being then. I can't think of anything else to do beyond make myself suspicious and or draw attention to myself.
Okay, so you're gonna go off. Jith is gonna go off to the YT-2400.
I'll like shadow Jith. I'll like trail behind, just like I'm, as I say, just as part of my walk around, like looking at things.
Part of me wants like IO to try to work his way to one of the more secure locations just to scout it out. But either one, by bumbling in, or two, by going through like if there's any ventilation shafts or stuff like that. Though combining the two would be humorous if possible. It's like he falls out of ventilation. Yeah, someone's all like,
Oh, how did I get in there?
It's just like, oh my, this isn't. Oh my, this isn't the resting chambers. Must have got it turned around back there. You know, it's like, but no, probably
This
not.
is called Albuquerque.
Yes.
I was expecting that you would try and find where the cargo's stored.
Yes. That is basically what I would be doing right now. Just sort of.
But yeah, so it doesn't look like we've all just scattered to the 5 points of the compass. I'm just, like I say, I'm going to just trail Jith and head over to the ship as well.
The 5 points of the compass being north, south, east, west, and pay dirt.
Up.
What's
Sideways.
I forget if you said what you were doing, Eric.
I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm thinking probably the best thing to do is wander around looking for the defense turret controls.
Yeah, if you can find those, let me know.
Okay. So, Skitch, you're gonna go see if you can meander your way down to the cargo somehow.
Yep.
Okay, well, what you were able to tell is definitively that the buyer's rep, the captain, Arden, and some of the bodyguards took the elevator at the end of the hallway down, and then according to Vorkos with his tracker, they went to the north after going down about 20 feet.
Do I try for the elevator, or do I try for some other way to get down there?
That's up to you.
I'm going to step away a little bit.
Like,
Okay.
the I'm trying to think if there's any way I could. Is there anyone around if I start approaching to where the elevator is, northward or no?
Sorry, what was that, Sketch?
Is there anyone like around, or is anyone like observing me directly?
There are. It looks like there is. Actually, not at the moment. No, but you give me a perception check.
You got it. Where's my perception? There it is. It's like perception not open. 3.
You don't see anybody over there.
Okay. I was gonna go over and press the call button for the elevator first to see what happens there.
Okay. After a little bit of time, the doors open. There's an elevator there.
I was going to look around and sort of just like trying to think here. Actually, before he goes in, are there any sort of like or I guess here's an interesting way to go about it. Look into the elevator. Is there like an exit point at the top of it, like a way for him to like climb to the top of the elevator from the inside of it?
You mean like an emergency hatch in the top? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so
Well,
Io
actually,
will go in.
more accurately, if you want there to be one, yes.
Okay, so I was going to step in, have it go down to where the cargo bay is, but immediately go up the the emergency shaft hatch above first, and just lays low and listens to what happens when the door opens when it
All
gets
right.
down there.
The door opens. Nope, the door opens. You hear the sound of guns going click, click, click. You know, basically blast rifles being leveled. There's nobody in there. The hell? You see, so you hear the sound of someone sort of poking and looking around. Yo, boss, there's nobody in the elevator. I don't know. It's empty.
Now, now he's going to look for any sort of like access to what would be either a ventilation or other sort of system from here. And exit out into the cargo area.
Would you like there to be an exit, a ventilation?
Oh, sure. I certainly would. So
sure.
Now the intrusion roll happens.
Yes.
16.
Right, fine. You duck. You basically clamber into the ventilation system that's going roughly in the direction you want to go, and follow it.
Yep. It's surprisingly quiet for a metal droid in a ventilation shaft. But It's almost like this was his job before he got fired.
Yep.
/ threatened.
Yeah, it's also an unnaturally large ventilation shaft for ventilation shafts generally.
You don't really need channels this wide in order to carry air around, you know.
But hey, what the hell?
Yeah. So he's sort of moving about and is going to try to scout out the cargo area to find well.
Oh, you eventually find your way to a large open sort of cargo, like a large open sort of storage facility.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually can hear the buyer saying, "Yes, very satisfactory. We will transfer the full payment once we get back up. Once we get to the surface, and we can make sure our connection is clean. We have a clear connection. Yes." And you hear them sort of walking out the door, and the doors to the cargo, the doors to the area closing.
He's going to pop open just one of the panels on the ventilation shaft, like sort of hang upside down for a moment and see if there's anyone else around for a brief second.
Give me a perception check.
This one better not fail. Up 6, so not as bad.
You don't see anybody.
And then he's going to drop
honestly,
down.
It looks mostly empty. There are a few boxes and a large cage in the middle of the room.
Oh,
a large cage, huh?
Yes.
All right. Just remind me myself. What is it? What is our target? What to acquire right now?
We don't know. You've got the scanner.
Yeah.
It's a cargo that is marked with RFID, effectively with RFID chips that the scanner will actually read.
All right. So, I was going to drop down.
God damn it, Peter!
And quietly try to move around to the various bits of boxes, not going toward the cage yet, and try to scan things using the scanner that's attached to him.
Sure. If you're trying to be quiet, give me an intrusion check.
Of course I am.
Yeah, I figured. But yeah, make the roll. Yeah.
Boxcar 16.
Yeah, nobody notices you're there. But yeah, you scan some boxes, nothing. More boxes, nothing.
It's like someone starts walking by, he just sort of stands still, leans against a box, and turns off. It's just sort of walk by, not noticing the droid.
Twint is gonna kill me.
I'm going to assume. I'm going
to what now?
I'm going to assume that none of the boxes trigger, but if I get closer to the cage, that does trigger.
Well, as you get closer to the cage, you notice that
it's a baby Rancor. Make it a baby Rancor.
It is not a baby Rancor. There are 5 very large humanoid forms.
Would have been okay with the
cage.
baby Rancor. Sorry, what would you say?
There are 5 quite large humanoid forms, quite large furry humanoid forms in the cage.
Oh, the place is gonna stink like fucking carpet.
Oh no!
And
All right, so what did I miss?
Chewbacca Wookie. Oh.
yes, Skitch, you actually get a ping from the scanner as you sort of run it over sort of the general vicinity of the 5 Wookiees in the cage.
All right, now forget if we have a way of I have a way of communicating to Jith a la leverage earpieces sort of deal.
You probably have a built-in communicator, and Jith has a comm link.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But before that happens, before you comm, this is when sirens go off throughout the base.
Okay, so I went to take a piss. What did you do, people?
I didn't do anything. I was gonna.
We didn't do shit.
Well, like I was gonna
Yes.
point to.
People.
I was gonna point to the Wookiees.
So actually, before we get to the sirens, so Io, that's what you find. You find the 5 Wookiees. Jith, you guys get up to the transport. Eric, you wander around. And you actually think you found. You wander around for a while, and you eventually do stumble across something you think might be a junction box, a computer junction box that might tie into at least the power systems for the guns, possibly the computer systems. You don't know enough about computers really to be certain of that. But it looks like the wiring from it does run towards one of those big guns over there. Jith, as you get anywhere near the YT-2400, 2 of the guards, you notice that they're like a group of like 6 guards sort of standing around it. 2 of them walk forward and sort of make sort of, no, and sort of gesture away from it.
Just kind of holds her hands up and says, all right. I just want to look at it from here, okay?
No closer.
YT2. Okay, all right.
Good.
Okay.
At this point is when the sirens, basically, after all of this, you've had spent time looking at it. This is when the base's alert sirens go off.
I was going to point to the Wookiees and say, "I'm blaming you for all this, you know."
Which translates to "fuck you." What did we do, you robotic asshole?
An easy target for punchlines.
But yes.
Anyway,
let me finish setting the scene. So, sirens go off. You hear someone on the alert sort of saying, we've got inbound. We've got 10 ships inbound. Oh hell, Captain! I think Nim found us.
Well, this complicates matters.
And that is where we're going to end the session.
Dun, dun, dun.
On that
Can I
cliffhanger.
just do one thing before we end this session?
Absolutely.
Get that over the comms? Well, subtlety's done. I shoot the fuck out of the junction box.
Okay. Okay. Yes, and by the way, Skitch, you can, after that's happened, you can calm Jith to tell you what you found if you'd like.
yeah, basically, like I was going to calm Jith. It's like the good news, Jith, is that alarm is not my fault. Also, good news, I found the target. I found the cargo. Bad news.
That's great, Io. What is it?
You just heard him just now.
Are you fucking kidding me? Comes work us over the same comms.
And this is gonna be the part of the episode where Io leads a team of Wookiee to take over the ship.
On the plus side, on the downside, yes. Naughty Troffak. On the plus side, there are 5 angry Wookiees that are with you now.
I'm just trying to figure out.
How is that a plus side?
They're angry. They're not angry at us.
Oh,
Oh,
I
no,
imagine.
they're going to love having the Trandoshan hanging around. Trandoshan
I was about to get to that.
Retrieve them. Yeah.
At any rate, that is where we're going to end the session. 3 XPs each. Hooray.
I finally don't have 4 body.
Ah, you're buying your body up to 5. Excellent. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of out of steam as part of the reason. It's
Well,
we've
it's
still
almost
got
11
long.
o'clock, so.
Yeah.
true.
Twins is fueled by ice cream and the power of open homosexuality.
Okay. At any rate, that's going to do it for this week, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys had fun. And I think we'll be back next week, but not positive. We'll see. Anyways, that's going to do it for now, guys. Talk to you guys later. Well, not talk to you guys later. But
Bye.
what? Hope you guys join us next
Bye,
time.
stream people.